Hello, welcome. There we are. There's the game. Gonna finish this little cute thing up before we delve into the horrors that is Higurashi. Welcome, by the way. How did I forget to say that of all things? We just be here, I guess. Okay, continue. After we leave the blood bank, I follow Yella to the main road with a knapsack on my back as it sways from side to side. The streets at night are considerably more deserted compared to daytime. Well, there's nothing to translate from that, so... Yella is swinging her arms freely. Based on her jaunty gait accompanying those upper body movements, she seems to be in a very good mood. We almost lost our lives tonight. Do you think you can even hum a tune? Yella becomes quiet immediately and turns around a full 180 degrees to stare straight at me. I'm warning you, don't kick me. If all those blood packs drop to the ground by accident, you'll have nothing to drink. What a spoiled sport. You should reflect on why it was almost lost our lives. What? You should reflect on why it was only almost lost our lives. Oh. Okay, got it. Wow, that is a hard sentence to process. You should reflect on why it was only almost lost our lives. There we go. Yella's looking at me with contempt. Isn't that because I wanted to get all these for you? Otherwise, I would be quite happy with the free bread that the nurse gave to me. What a blind fellow. Do you think that nurse could look after your safety for 24 hours? And put up with your body odor for 24 hours at the same time? Are you just telling him that he stinks? I mean, I guess that's fair. I don't think he's showered yet. But neither have you. I have body odor? You haven't showered in like 300 years, dude. I left my arms to sniff at it. You despicable vampire. I'm gagging at this smell. Huh? You dare to blame your master? This incompetent thrall has learned to step out of line? Before she finishes, I can tell that a heavy punch is being directed straight at my chest, carrying the wind with it. Wait, if you beat me to death, you'll have no one to carry all these blood packs for you. So I just received the wind blowing at me. Yella's fist stopped in front of my chest. Thank you for your mercy, Missy. I can't be bothered to argue with you. Now that you mention it, how I wish I could take a bath. It's rare, but I like to do that too. At present, a few cars with flashing red and blue lights are screaming loudly as they pass us. I wonder why that is. What is written on them? I never saw this type of cars before. They have special colors and several big letters written at the side. Seems to be the police. Yella turns her head sideways and looks on nonchalantly at the cars speeding past. They seem to be heading towards the blood bank. Yeah, it's like they were just robbed or something. Weird. What about it? Are they going to arrest us? Well, if you get caught. You're afraid now? I am. Then I tell her the reason. Coward. It's natural. I'm a law-abiding citizen, and I've never tangled with the police until tonight. You're so pathetic. Remember, you have your master. Learn from her. I'm not an invincible vampire. She can change that, man. Yella glares at me and elbows me. Maybe we should find a place to rest and hide for a while. It'll be too obvious if we wander aimlessly along the streets. Cool. Can't you see I'm searching for one at the moment? I see. You're searching?
300年前は
300
多
years
くの都
ago,
市に
many
旅人や
cities
商
would
人が
have
宿泊
inns
す
for
るための施
travelers
設
and
があっ
merchant
たわ。
caverns to rest.
今も
It should
同
be
じ
the
はず。
same now. I never stayed in any of those before. I would need money to stay there.
お金ならあ
Don't
る
you
でし
have
ょ。
it? You punched them
警
from
備
that
員からい
guard.
ただいたじゃない。
You're right. I retrieved the wallet from my pocket and count the money inside. 10, 20, 30,
90。
90. Yella gives an answer while I'm counting each note. That's fast. You're clever too.
どういうこ
What do you
と？
mean? You think I'm at
私
the
があ
same
んたと
standard
同
as
列
you?
だって言いたいの？
Yes, I thought you were only stronger and faster than me. You literally asked her to read a word off the side of the card for you, buddy. And she's kind of been doing all the reading for you. But sure, that's the only difference. Never
もう
mind.
いいわ。これ
Let's
だ
hope
け
this
あれば
amount
泊
of
まれ
money
る
is
でし
enough
ょ。
for us to stay in a hotel. Yella wanted to say something at first, but she still talked about her immediate problem after all.
あの看板、
That place with the slight
宿泊施設じゃないかしら。
That place with the lit signboard looks like a hotel. Ah, let's hurry there. We could finally bathe. We entered that hotel, Yellow pointed out. The entire lobby only has 2 chairs and a very small reception counter. The middle-aged man is seated quietly behind the counter and seems indifferent to our presence. He's preoccupied with the colorful book in his hands, and that book seems to have pictures of many beautiful women. This person should be the hotel's manager. No, he's at the reception desk. Hello, may I know how much is a room for one night? 150 for a king room, 100 for a twin room, and 80 for a single room. The manager answers without looking up. Do they have a place where I can bathe? King's rooms and twins rooms have their own bathrooms. Single rooms don't have those. What should we do? We can't bathe. It's so expensive. We only have enough money to stay in a single room at most. I have no choice but to look at Yella to ask her for her opinion. Those are pretty okay prices. Even for the 70s though? She pinches me.
ツインルームに
As
し
for
て
a
おきな
twin
さい。
room, we're only short of
たった10
$10.
元足りないだ
We
け
pay
だも
him
の。
in a couple of days.
時間もあれば返せるわ。
The manager lifts his head to look at me upon hearing our discussion. He notices Yella's behind me, and he has a puzzled expression on his face. Well, are you done with your discussion? Yes. His face looks like a potato. Oh yeah, this game takes place a while ago for no good reason. What, you want them to travel like 400 years instead? I can hear your click-clacking waves down the hall. Which one would you like? We'd like a twin room. Okay, let me see your identification first. Oop. Identification. Country bumpkin. Wow, he really looks like a whole ass potato up close. He clicks his tongue impatiently. Driving license, social security card, passport, any of those will do. He's simply spouting nonsensical things like an elderly barber. I can't understand him at all. Identification, driving license, security card, social security card. What are these? Yella shakes her head. She doesn't know either. Anyway, you need them, right? The manager can't be bothered to say anything. He just nods quietly. Ooh, I like that it tells me that this will affect things. Where to obtain them, we forgot to bring. 120 in 1972 USD would be 2022. Oh, damn! As much as my iPad and then some. Jesus. That means they stole a shit ton from that one security guard, though. Because they almost have that much. I think saying we forgot to bring would make more sense. Because even if we pass as a country bumpkin should at least know of these things to some extent. Right? We forgot to bring them. You see, we left in a hurry today and didn't have the time to bring them with us. I blatantly make up a lie and even pat my chest. We can't get them now. Please allow us to stay here for one night if you really need one. I'll get it for you when I wake up tomorrow morning. Oh. The manager looks at me quietly. Then he comes over to size Yella and I up a few times. Finally, he asks in a low voice, "Have you really forgotten to bring them with you? Or you don't have one at all?" What should I do? I'm a little nervous and have to look at Yella again. She winks at me. What does that mean? Don't tell me you have to maintain my story. Fine, I'll follow her instructions so I clear my throat. We really forgot to bring them with us. The manager didn't say anything. He takes a file from the counter and starts to grind his fingernails. Look, it's so late at night, our home is quite far away, and we can't possibly go back at this hour. Could you make an exception and allow us to stay for one night, please? The manager sneers lightly at us. He gently blows on his fingernails and begins to file his right thumbnail. We have money, but we made a mistake today, so we can pay a bit more. I'll bring that whatever identification here tomorrow. Look, how does 120 sound? How does $825.37 sound?
ちょっと
Hey,
なんで
why
そん
did you
なに
add
一気に
so
上
much
げるの
that quickly? Yella pokes at my ribs and whispers those words into my ear. Because bribery is what works, buddy. That's true. Upon thinking further, I realize she's right, and I shouldn't offer such a large amount on the first go. So I continue with my bid. 101. Upon hearing my offer, Yella's eyes pop wide open, as if she wants to say something, but it seems like she's at a loss for words and just closes her mouth. Despite the higher number I'm offering, the manager doesn't seem to be interested. He also becomes impatient. Identification, a valid identification. Why are you repeating it 3 times? Show it to me. 110? You don't understand what people are saying? The manager chucks his file on the counter, adjusts his neck, which produces cracking noises, and then gets up as he smacks the desk. Not desk abuse. Huh. There's no need for this. We're talking about a deal here. How about this? 115. Hey, you don't understand what people are saying, young man? I mean, at least the young man doesn't look like a fucking potato. Fat dude filing his nails is an interesting retro characterization, I guess.
こいつは
He
何
doesn't
も分かっちゃい
understand.
ない
You can
わ
tell me. Girls shouldn't interrupt.
なんですって
What did you say? Those words appear to have hit a raw nerve. Her muscles contract, and she is staring at the man behind the counter. This is definitely the prelude to an attack. Hiccup attack 5. Get out if you don't have any identification. I don't entertain people without identities.
あんたなんかにこの
This
私
lady's
のことが
identity
分か
is
って
something
たまる
people
もんですか
like you deserve to know. Simmer down, we'll look for another place elsewhere. I'll sleep on the corridor, okay? I quickly pull Yella when I see the two of them stare daggers at each other, because I know Yella's power and temper. If this situation worsens, the manager will definitely meet an unpleasant fate, such that he may even lose his life, and will probably have to remain being on the run again. Squeak. Welcome, Catman. How has your day been? How has your very fun, Banui, and totally not Easter day been? I'm going to call the police if you continue to hang around. Don't call the police. We'll leave. Lazy? That's fair. It's Easter? Yes, it's Banui Day. It's a very important day because Banui.
私は
I'm
ここ
going
に
to stay here
泊まる
tonight.
わ
Yella, no, sweetie. Let's just go. We can find another place. Yella is furious, as expected. Can you? The manager has scorn written all over his face, and is looking down on her entirely. Calm down, lady. I hurriedly grab her arm to pull her away, but she pushes past my hand in no time.
見せてあげるわ
I will show you. Before I can pull her again, she smashes her hand against the counter. The entire thing is broken into two halves cleanly in a flash, like a walnut that has sun for the year.
もう一度
Who
言ってご
said
ら
I
んなさいよ
can't? The manager is completely surprised by the deafening sound, an impactful scene laid out in front of him. He's stunned at first, but after a moment's hesitation, he withdraws through a door at one side, trembling with fear and slamming his hand on a button near the door before hiding inside. Back during the 70s and 80s, men filing their nails was used as a shorthand for the character being a rich dude with lots of time on their hands. I guess that's fair. That definitely seems to fit the situation here too.
出てきなさい
Come out! Yella goes after him, kicks that door open, and is about to go inside when a deafening noise suddenly rings out. Boy. Oh no, is that the noise from those police cars with the flashing lights? Run, hurry, he's called the police.
嫌よ
Why should
あ
I?
いつをぶん
I'm
殴
going
ってやる
to
んだ
give
か
him
ら
a beating. No, the police will arrive soon.
それな
Then
ら
I'll give all of them
ボ
a
コボ
good
コに
beating.
するだけよ
Calm down, oh no. I notice a car with flashing lights has stopped outside the corner of my eye while I'm trying to persuade Yella. The police are here.
は
What? Yella finally returns to herself and looks at the police car outside when she heard me call out an alarm. The cops showing up that quick is super unrealistic. Facts. Run, while they still haven't left their car. I grab Yella's hand while she's still rooted to the spot, rush out of the hotel, and we flee while the police haven't stepped out of their car. However, we're still a bit slow. A strong, steely man's voice soon booms out from behind. Freeze! Hands up! What should I do? This one doesn't say that it will affect how things will go. Fuck the police, keep running. If we stop at this point, we'll definitely be thrown into the lockup. Don't run, I'm going to shoot. Okay, then do it, bitch. It doesn't make any sense to stop when someone is calling us to stop. As I'm about to turn into an alley in front, a gunshot suddenly rings out from behind. Where's Yellow?
エラン
Raylan. My vision is gradually getting dimmer.
エラン
Raylan. Yella, run. End. Oh. Law is law. Fuck the law. Raylan vampire time? I guess not. She just lets us fucking die. Oh, cool. That's what I thought we could load from here. I guess we still could have gotten somewhere from this. Yeah, let's go back to this here, this branch. Fine, stop and raise both hands, I guess. Don't shoot. I quickly raise my hands. Stand there, don't move, and I won't shoot. I guess Raylan isn't black, so I guess that checks out. Upon hearing the police officer's promise, I heave a sigh of relief and glance at Yellow. Huh? Where did she go? Halt! Bang, 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 bang. The policeman suddenly shouted, followed by a series of gunshots from behind. I quickly cover my head and lie prone on the floor. Bullets are hitting the pavement around me, sending quite a few small fragments flying around.
いつまで死んだ
Why
ふ
are
り
you
して
still
るつも
playing
り
possum over there?
早
Hurry
く
up and
来な
come
さい
here. But playing possum's fun. Possums are cute. You would even dare to attack the police? No shit, Sherlock. This time, the policeman who pursued us had met the same fate as the security guards from earlier, and is down. Since I've experienced it, I'm a bit used to it. Please tell me you stole the police officer's wallet. because, like, why not? Honestly.
今はお腹も空いて
I'm
な
not
いし
starving now.
何人
They're no
来たっ
match
て
for me,
私
no
の
matter
敵じゃ
how
ない
many they
わ
have. True to her words, the police officer is further away from us than the security guards from earlier, but she can still reach and incapacitate him. Looks like a well-fed vampire's power is simply unimaginable for ordinary people.
早く来て
Hurry over here
何
and
が
see
ある
what
か
they
見るわ
have.
よ
Ah, so we are stealing the wallet. Wonderful. Okay. Yella is calling me to join in her searching the police car. Oh, searching the police car. Whatever. She climbs inside the vehicle, which is still flashing its lights.
ほらいいものがあっ
Look,
た
there are a
わ
lot of goodies in here. Yella hands me a stack of cards when I reach the side of the car. These cards have a lot of printed words and a person's face drawn on them. Oh. What are these?
書いてあるで
It's
しょ
written above.
運
Driving
転免
license.
許証
Ah, these are the identification that manager mentioned. Yellow with an AR time. That would be excellent.
そうよ
That's right. And it didn't take me any effort to get them. Yellow climbs out of the car after saying it. You're done?
ね
There's nothing else inside save for some flies.
めぼしいものはないわ
The flies are criminals. Free them. Let's go.
待って
Give me a minute. I'm going to teach that manager a lesson. Don't! We still have a policeman lying down here, and other police officers will arrive soon. I don't have that kind of luck to dodge so many bullets. Yellow glances at the smashed reception counter inside the motel, and her lips curve downwards. Seems she has come to her senses.
まあいいわ
Fine.
命
Consider
拾
it
い
his
したわ
lucky
ね
day. Let's
行き
go.
ましょう
Oops, clicked on the wrong thing. After wandering aimlessly, we arrive at a 24-hour restaurant offering pasta all day and stop to rest inside.
ご注文のト
You
マ
have
トパ
ordered
スタ
pasta
フィ
and
ッシュ
tomato
フライ
sauce,
パイナップ
crispy
ルピザ
fried
でご
fish,
ざいます
and a pineapple
他にご
pizza.
注文はご
Is
ざ
there
いませ
anything
んか
else you... Rayland is a heathen by some people's standards. By the way, do you serve any drinks here? Do you have Holum root juice? What now?
も申し
No,
訳
I'm
ございま
terribly
せんが
sorry.
そ
We
の
don't
よ
have
うな
that
メ
thing
ニュ
you
ーはござい
mentioned.
ません
Ah, they can't be. Don't people drink those in the past? They could relieve fatigue. People around my time love to drink a flask of Holum root juice with them to relieve their weariness whenever they need to do anything physically demanding.
お疲れな
You
ので
can
した
order a
ら
cup of black
black
coffee if you'd like to have
coffee
something to
はいかがで
relieve
しょう
your
か?
fatigue. I'm not sure that's entirely the same purpose here, but you know, whatever, it's something I guess. Coffee? I look at the listed price for coffee on the menu. It is simply daylight robbery. And the hotel wasn't? Never mind. I'd like to have a glass of water.
かしこまりました
Alright,
では
that'll be
全部で
$22
22
altogether.
円でござい
Are
ま
you
す
paying by cash or
現金
credit
になさい
card?
ますかそれ
She must be expecting me to pay in advance. The restaurants in this area are so calculating. Can't they allow patrons to finish their meal before settling the bill? I mean, it kind of varies from place to place whether or not you pay up front. I take out the wallet and hand her 3 notes with the number 10 printed on them.
少々お待
Please
ちくだ
wait.
さいませ
The waitress goes away afterwards. I sniff the aromatic fried fish. The fish that is cooked in fragrant, sizzling hot oil smells so wonderful, and the fish looks so shiny I can tell it'll be very tender and delicious. In addition, the red tomato sauce, parsley leaves, and golden-colored pasta strands complement each other so well. Or just well, whatever. Enhancing the flavor and the pasta's sweet and sour taste. I'm a bit curious at this pineapple pizza, though. I'm surprised that it really is a pizza with pineapple scattered on top. What is this thing? Is it used to humiliate an actual pizza? 22 USD in 1972 is 151.32. Holy shit. I was gonna say, oh, that doesn't sound too bad, but then you said that, and I was like, oh, it is that bad. How much were they charging for the coffee then? Ah! I mean, I guess at least either way he got a shit ton of food, but like, damn. How should I put it? Things have really improved a lot since my time. At least they look good. Would you like to try some? She's explained to you that normal food tastes like shit to her. You fucking thick-skulled railing. Modern pizza wasn't invented until the 18th century. There's technically earlier examples, but nothing we would call pizza nowadays. That's nice.
結構よ。
No, you have
こ
no
れだけ頼め
self-control
ば
by
もう飢え死
ordering
には
so
しないでしょ
much.
うね。
Yellow narrows her eyes. I'm a chef after all, and will need to know the dishes people eat in this era.
いいわ。
Fine,
ゆ
eat
っ
your
くり
food
食べなさい。
slowly. I'm gonna help myself then. I begin to eat in huge mouthfuls. I'm finally having a proper meal for the first time over these 2 days, and I can't help shedding tears over it.
食べる時も泣
You'd
く
even
のは
cry when you eat?
ほんと
You're
弱
so
虫なんだ
weak.
から。黙って。
Shut up.
口に物を入れながら喋らないでよ。あんたに
I'm
ぴ
going to
った
look
りな
over
身
these
分
and
証
see
が
if
ない
there's
か
a
見て
suitable
みるわ。
identification for you. Cause the police says you know, I'm not gonna push. Yella begins to flip through the stacks of driver's licenses she obtained from the police car. Oh, okay. I see. So she's just conveniently found the police's stash of confiscated driver's licenses. I guess that's convenient. I mean, okay, I guess, yeah, that makes it a lot easier for them to find. Like, oh yeah, that's close enough. Bruh, indeed. Very convenient. Plot convenience goes brr. This man
この
looks
人
so
すっ
ugly.
ごくブサイクよ。
She shows the driver's license to me while saying it.
ダメ。
Shut up. I
喋らない
didn't
で。
allow you to talk. I nod.
あら
Yeah? Does
こ
this
れ
one
なんて
look like
あ
you?
んたに似てるんじゃない？
Yella takes out a license to show it to me when she's halfway through the stack, and I quickly swallow the food in my mouth. I can't see my appearance though. How do I look?
うん。
Hmm.
こ
Then
れ
take
にしま
this
しょ
one. The two of you
う。
have
どっ
the
ち
same
も
silly
同じような
features,
間
more or
抜け面だ
less.
もの。
I'm very handsome, okay? I see. You mean I look very charming to you? Haha. You flatter me. You flatter me.
うぬぼれないで。
You're
誰
full
も
of
そうは
yourself.
言ってない
Nobody
でしょ。
said that. I mean, both
あ
of
ん
you
たたち
simply
が
look
単純に
alike.
似てるって
By
だ
the
け。
way, it says here on top of this person is called
こ
John
の人はジョン・ア
Axel.
ッシュよって
So
言
I'll
う
be
らしい
calling you
わ。
by this name in the
これからは
future.
そう呼ぶわ
John.
ね。
Does it seem as if fate has already
John.
decided on things for
なん
you?
だか運命的じゃない？
Kind of funny since she called him John earlier as a joke. No, I certainly won't change my name. Mr. Cook decided on it for me.
はいはい。
Fine, fine.
なんでもいい
Use
わ。
whether name you wish.
ただ、
But you're
誰か
John
に
when
身
people
分
ask
証を
for
見
your
せるときは、
identification.
ちゃんと
Get
自分のことをジョンって言いなさいよ。
Identity
わかった？
theft is not a joke, you guys. I get it. Yella continues to look through the rest of the driving licenses after taking out John's license. She must be finding a suitable one for herself. Good luck with that, sweetie. Does she know how she looks, though? Probably. I bring a slice of pizza into my mouth, shifting my gaze away from Yella. It just so happens that a black box hanging on the wall at the side of the restaurant has a picture of a person that seems to be moving. It can even speak. It is so surprising that I nearly choke on my pizza slice. I don't recommend choking on your pizza, my guy. 0 out of 10 recommend choking on food. I quickly drink a mouthful of water to calm down.
何
Why are
焦
you
っ
in
てるの
such a hurry? Nobody's
誰もあん
competing
たの
with you
取
for
ったりし
these.
ないでしょ。
No, do you know how that thing can possibly contain a person inside? I point to that black box.
知らないわ
Who
よ。
knows?
どうせ
Anyway,
この時
it
代の
must
も
be
のでしょ。
something in this area.
他には
Everyone
誰
is
も
used
反応
to
して
it.
ないし。
You don't have to get
大
so
騒ぎする
excited
だけ
over
無
it.
駄。
Yella just gives the thing a passing glance before she returns the stack of driving licenses. Right, I have to get used to it. I decide to look a little longer and get used to it. The person in that box seems to be talking about us right now.
なんですって
What? Yella puts her stack of licenses down on the table and looks at the black box. This evening at around 8:15 p.m., unidentified suspects broke into A6 ARC Pharmaceuticals blood bank at 277 Garden Street. The suspects injured 3 security personnel and stole blood from the depository worth around. It's weird that Rayland hasn't had a heart attack from culture shock, to be honest. Yeah. Is that right?
そうね
Indeed, it was
こんなに早く
that fast. The 3 security personnel have been sent to a hospital for observation, and they are in stable condition, but they claim that they could not remember anything at the time, as if they had developed short-term memory loss. Investigators believe this could be the work of a local cult, Order of Fresh Blood. The police would like to remind everyone to be careful when out at night and avoid cults. This is today's breaking news. Next, we have a speech by President Hobbs for our military operations overseas. A fresh wave of airstrikes. Now the report on us ended, I shifted my attention away from the box, which has a man with blonde hair appear at the back. You can even make people lose their memories when you suck their blood?
ええ
Yes, it
そう
wasn't
し
on
たくてし
purpose,
てるわけじ
though.
ゃないけどね
It's so convenient. Oh, I see. You didn't suck my blood because you were afraid I would forget about you. Is that right?
はあ
What?
バ
Of
カな
course
こと言
not.
わない
Don't
で
talk
あんた
nonsense.
程度のしもべなんていくらでも代わりはいるわ
Yella turns away in a huff. I didn't know you were a lady who's afraid of being lonely. That's so cute.
次行ったらこのテーブルにあるもの全部あんたにぶちまけてやるわ
Go on, say that again. You may find everything on this table hurtling at you, though. Don't waste all of this good food. I'd hate to see them get ruined. I'll shut up.
黙りなさい
Shut up! She glares at me before she resumes flipping through the driver's license. Looks like the police in this area ride in those metallic skinned vehicles and will arrive very quickly if anything happens. I need to be extra careful from now on and stay out of trouble. Being immortal tends to bring with it a fear of loneliness. It's like a trope.
よく言うわ
Yeah.
私はあんたと違ってバカじゃない
Do
の
you have to tell me that? I'm not as stupid as you. I'm just worried that you may lose control of yourself. The waitress serves several glasses of water, which quenches my thirst after I've finished everything on the table. It feels satisfying to have such things that I never had before. Yella suddenly asked a question.
クックさんって
You
人
said
が
Mr. Cook gave
あ
you
んた
that
の
name.
名付け親なのよね
What's he like?
どんな人
Mostly
なの
dead. He's mostly dead. Why are you asking this question all of a sudden?
気になっ
Just
ただけよ
curious. Anything
Alright.
wrong with that? He was like a father to me. He was an easygoing but strict man. His culinary skills were impressive, yet he would often quarrel with his customers.
なんか
Sounds like he had a
性
bad
格悪
temper.
そうじゃな
Why
い
did he become your
どう
father?
して父親になってくれたの
I don't think most people have a choice in being a father, especially from that time. It just kind of happens. Actually, he was very nice. Although I had lived in this former small town when I was a child, I wasn't born here. I was born in the old continent, but I never saw my natural parents. I stayed in an orphanage from the time that I could learn about things. Mr. Cook adopted me after that, so he became my father and brought me to this new continent. So he did choose to be your father, in a sudden turn of events. Amazing.
いやー
Really? You were born in the
旧
old
大陸で生
continent,
まれて
but you
新
grew
大
in
陸
the
で
new
育ったっ
continent?
てわけね
That's because the old continent would often have wars for many years. Mr. Cook's wife and daughter had already died. My natural parents probably met a similar fate as well. Later, they said that the new continent on the other side of the ocean had a sanctuary of light filled with hope. So Mr. Cook brought me here.
そうね
Yes.
当時人間
The
たちは
humans at that
旧
time
大
made a
陸を
mess in
混
the
乱
old
に
continent
陥
and
れ
found new lands after a lot
そ
of
してついに
difficulty.
新天地を
Of
見
course
つ
they
け
would
た
say it was full of hope.
当
Oh
然
boy,
誰しもが希望を抱いてい
colonization.
たでしょうね
Everyone's favorite. Mr. Cook heard that a person would go into the sanctuary of light after they died, so he thought his wife and daughter would be at the new continent. Hence, he decided to cross the ocean and settle in a place closest to them.
それでやって
So
き
both
た
of
は
you
いい
came
けど
here and found
こ
out
こ
this
も
place
光
wasn't
の
a
浄
land
土
filled
で
with
はな
rays
か
of
った
hope.
ということね
The ones who gathered in the
希望
sanctuary
に
of
満ち
light
た
were
聖
only
域だ
tricked
なんて
by husk,
人を騙すための
hucksters,
看板に過ぎ
and
な
they
いわ
made this new continent equally
そ
terrible.
して新大陸までひどい状態に
Hucksters. Who could have foreseen that? At first we thought of leading a peaceful, settled life, yet the good times didn't last long, and a new war broke out not long afterwards. I shrugged and smiled bitterly. What about you? My life is very short, but I remember you came from a more distant place, right? Your story should be very long.
私は人
I'm
の
just
世
a
に生きるヴァン
vampire
パイ
acting
ア
out of existence
長
among
く生きられ
people.
るけど堂
I can
々
live
と
for
過
a
ごせる
long
のは
time,
ほんの数
yet I
日
can't
だ
come
わ
out openly for more than a few
残りは
days.
闇に
So I
隠れ
need
て
to
生
hide
き
in the
るだけ
darkness for the rest of my life. Noun, huckster, plural noun, hucksters. A person who fuck. I have to scroll to read your hucksters. A person who sells small items either door to door or from a stalled or small store. Verb, North American verb, huckster, third person present, hucksters, past tense, huckstered, past participle, huckstered, gurned, or present participle, huckstering. Promote or sell something typically a product of questionable value. Blah 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 blah. Great, thank you for the dictionary. Didn't ask though, really. Oh, hello, Hifumichu. Like hucking a product? I guess. Never heard that phrase in my life. The garund. Anyways, I forgot where I left off in this. What the huck? Yeah. Damn it, that. Okay, I did read all this. No, dig, as in a soft G. No. Hi, hello, Patsy Lots. Yes, thank you. Give me all the pats, I need them. At least you could dig an entire vault to store your treasures. God knows how many lifetimes I would need to accumulate that amount of health. I'm your fave Bun Bun. Oh, that's excellent news to hear on Banui Day. I forgot what I read. Yeah, okay, I read all that.
もういいでし
Never
ょ
mind. It's all in the
過ぎた
past
ことよ
now. We've been running
一
for an
日中
entire
走り
day,
回ってあ
and
ん
you
たも
must be
疲れたでし
tired.
ょ
Get some
休
rest.
みましょう
Okay, I'm going to take a nap. Don't nap in the restaurant, though. I stretched myself upon hearing her reminder. Indeed, fatigue will take over after a full meal. Don't nap in the restaurant!
うんここは24時間営業だから
This place is a
とにかく寝な
24-hour
さい
establishment anyway. Go ahead and sleep. That is very flawed logic. Who just sleeps in the middle of a restaurant? Raylan, apparently. Oyasumi. Good night. Yella didn't answer me. When I look at her, she's looking out the window, and I can't figure out what she's thinking. Are they in a fucking Waffle House or something? Maybe. My head feels heavier. I use both hands as a pillow, and slowly drift off to sleep after resting my head on the table. The next morning, we're woken up by all that noise from the restaurant staff handling the furniture and eating utensils roughly. Upon looking around, I notice that waitress from last night is gone. A burly man is in her place instead. Did he stare at us just now? Ella covers her mouth and yawns.
カジノでチップを
You'd
買わな
also
かっ
get
た
this
ら
kind of look from others if you hang
同じような目で
around a
見られる
gambling
でしょ
den without placing a bet on anything. It can't be helped. Let's go.
そうしましょう
Agreed. Ow, I can't feel anything on my arm. My arm suddenly feels numb when I stand up.
バカね
Idiot.
椅子に
You could
横
have
にな
slept
って寝
directly
れ
on
ば
the
よかっ
comfy
たの
seat instead, you know. Yellow, that's such a random comparison. I mean, yeah, it is kind of a random comparison, but you know what? Maybe she got all her treasures from before from gambling. We don't know. How come I didn't think of it?
ボケっと捨てないで
Stop standing
寝るわよ
around. Let's head out. Since Yella is urging me to leave, I shake my arm a few times and step out of the restaurant to greet a new day. My whole body is aching.
そうね
Right, I can't go
こん
on
な
like
生活は
this.
続けられないわ
Yes, I will fall apart at this rate. Way ahead of you, buddy. Thanks, dog. No one asked you, though. Oh god, there's another dog barking outside. Stereo dog sounds. Oh no. Okay, moving on. I nod in agreement and point at my aching limbs and back. The pain will probably kill me if you have to spend every night in this way. It will smell so bad even the dogs may despise us if we continue like this. Dogs. Ella didn't argue with me. She seems to have recognized the fact that she has a strong body odor on herself as well. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't bathe for 300 years, y'all.
少し前まで
I slept on a
広
soft
く
bed
ふか
not
ふ
too
かのベ
long
ッドで
ago.
寝てたのに
Do vampires sleep in coffins? If their name is Rei Sakuma, that sure is the fact. Bad delivery. We'll just pretend that didn't happen. I'll just cut it out in the video. They'll never know.
時代遅れの時より
Only
ヴァン
old
パイアは
vampires who are
活気を
behind
持
the
つ
times
そ
will
んな
sleep
こ
in
とを
those
してるみたい
playthings
だ
to
けど
look dignified.
私は
I'm
違うわ
different. Ooh, Ray just got called out. He does call himself an old man, so I guess that checks out. Really? We chat along the way until Yellow stops in her tracks when we pass a 5-story apartment.
賃貸アパート
Units for rent. 1 bedroom, 1 living room, and 1 bathroom. Furnishings provided. $1,500 per month.
バッグ一つで入居可能
I don't want to even know what that would equal to in today's money. I don't want to know what that would equal in today's money. She's attracted by an advertisement signboard in front of an apartment. What?
1500元ってことは
$1,500. It comes to only 50 per day.
50元よ
It'll be much cheaper to stay
宿
than
に
a
泊まるより
hotel.
ずっと安いわ
At least that hotel you guys dropped by anyway. We don't have that amount of money. Yeah, you're right. I count our money. We only have 70 left. What should we do then? What should we do? Yellow frowns, shuts her eyes and begins to mumble. We can't possibly rob others all the time. Blah 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 blah. I mean, you could. Yella suddenly opens her eyes as if she's hit upon a bright idea before I can finish.
奪う
Rob?
それだわ
Exactly.
お
Isn't
金
that
を奪え
money?
ばいいの
We
よ
just
ね
need to snatch it from others since
それなら
this is my
得意よ
forte. Let's go and see who's that unfortunate soul for
ついてない
today.
やつはドイツかしら
Wait, look around you. Did you notice a police car with those wailing noises would pass us every few minutes? Do you think they'll allow you to rob anyone as you please?
バカね
You're really
警察
stupid.
の前で
I
動く
won't
わ
rob
けない
anyone
じゃ
in
な
front
い
of the police.
一人
You
で
should
売
look
る
for
やつ
people
を
who are
狙うのよ
alone. No, aren't you a vampire with your principles?
じゃあ一人でいる
We'll
悪
look
い
for
や
lone
つを探
criminals
しま
then.
しょう
They're the same. Criminals? Death Note logic right here. Light Yagami would approve.
それに警察が一人
Blue
二人来たと
policemen
ころ
are
で
no
私
match
の
for
敵
me.
じゃな
I
い
can
わ
deal with all of them.
まとめ
It feels as if we strayed off topic. No, that's not important. The main thing is, you can only gain so much if you go around robbing others at will. I hate when it gets all tiny with the text. It throws me off. Vigilante vampire time. Hell yeah. And we risk drawing too much attention to ourselves. You said you could deal with a few policemen, but they might notice if you keep committing crimes. If that happens, we'll have more than a few palms in our hands.
だから
So what?
さっきは
Police are
遠
only
慮して言っただけ
I'll do the same thing to them even if they bring in 100. You saw what
100
happened
人来たっ
last
て
night.
同じよ
That's because our opponents weren't prepared. Based on the serious weapons they have now, 10 of them will be quite tough for you, let alone 100.
臆病者が私に指図しないで
Say something useful or shut up.
役に立つことを言わないなら黙ってなさい
Cruel but to the point. I'm not a coward, but I'm not really in a hurry to die either. Yellow waves her hand condescendingly and motions for me to be quiet. Here's what I think. If you really want to rob someone, the first thing we should do is avoid any confrontation with the police.
当たり前でしょ
Who doesn't know
役に
that?
立
Say
つことを言
something
いなさいって
useful.
ば
And we should rob a rich one, not any random passerby. Think about it. People normally carry limited amounts of money with them, and that guard only had a few $10 notes the other time. Yella simply nods and isn't raising any objections, so I lick my lips and continue with my explanation. However, people need to buy things at shops and make their payments there, so those places should have far more money stored inside it than any person you see on the street.
いいわ
That works.
さすがは
Bravo.
私のしも
You
べ
have
ね
guts, my servant.
肝が据
I've
わ
only
ってる
thought
わ
of looking after your weak
調子
spirit at
者の
first,
あんたが
so I
心
didn't
配
look
で
at such a
大
big
きな目
target.
標には
So
し
you
なかっ
put
た
it
んだ
this
け
way,
ど
let's find a rich
あ
and
んたがそう
unlucky
言うなら
shop.
儲かっててついてないお店を探しましょう
Can't say this is where I expected it to go. Pickpocketing, whatever. But stressing out random, like, retail workers? Come on. No, don't forget the police. We need to avoid them.
店を襲うなんて
How
派
are
手
we
なこ
going
と
to
して
avoid the police with such a
どうやって
blatant
警
act
察を
of
避け
robbing
る
a
のよ
store? Of course, we can't do it in the city since the police are on patrol everywhere. But we passed a run-down suburb on our way here from your estate. Remember, we didn't see anyone in uniform, let alone a police car here.
そうだ
Suburb. Right. We're now certain that our target is a store in the suburbs when we deduce along these lines. We'll not only avoid the police, but we can also gain a lot of money in one robbery.
あんた
You. Yella is staring at me quietly. What?
一晩でこんなに
Become
賢
so
くなるなん
smart
て
after one night?
あんた
Are you really that idiotic servant of mine? What do you mean? I've always been this way. I never changed it at all. I don't know, man. It seems like it's your turn with the brain cell for once, Raylan.
ちょっと
I
褒
only
めたらす
praised
ぐ
you a
いい
bit,
気
and
に
your
なっ
head
て
is already in the clouds?
悪く
Your
な
idea
い案
sounds
だけど
good, but actions
口
speak
より
louder
行
than
動の方が
words.
大事よ
Alright, let's go then. Chapter 3 complete, guys. Woo. So we head south and come to the suburbs far away from the city. This area has plenty of small buildings built haphazardly across both sides of the road, in place of the attractive skyscrapers from earlier. Most of them are only a few stories high, with the clothes being hung across the fences, giving the impression of a very messy place. It even feels as if I returned to the slums of the old continent where I used to live.
確かに
You're right.
こ
I
の
don't see
辺り
any
に警
police
察はい
around
ないわ
here,
ね
but Yella turns around and angrily approaches me from ahead.
こんな貧しい
This
地
place
域
is
で
too
海に入ったって
impoverished.
何
Even
に
if we
も
go
手
on
に
a
入ら
robbing
ないじゃ
spree,
ない
we can't lift much. So you say. But isn't that a convenience store? Even a poor shop will probably have quite an amount of money. I point to the opposite side of the road, where a modest-sized shop is standing over there. Although the interior looks dark from outside, its weathered signboard clearly identifies it as a convenience store that is open for 11 hours. 11 hours. Isn't that kind of a... That's oddly specific. I guess it's not that. It's not that strange for a store to be open for 11 hours, but just the way that it's worded just sounds very oddly specific. Anyways,
本当に
you're sure?
もう潰
The
れ
shop
てる
might
んじゃ
even
な
be
い
out of
の
business for all we know. Yella glances to her side and looks very skeptical. Anyway, let's take a closer look for now. We'll find another one if this shop doesn't work out.
ちゃ
You
んと
better
営業して
guarantee
るっ
it's
て
still
保証
open.
しなさいよ。
It's not my problem whether the shop is open or not.
まあいい
I
わ。
don't care. If I can't
今日
have
も
my
お風呂
bath
に
by
入れな
today,
かった
you will
ら
wash me.
あんたに舐めさせてやるんだから。
Wash? Really? I wanted to make sure I heard it correctly, but the area near my ear got hit hard immediately. Fucking deserved. What is
何
with
やら
that
しい顔し
sinister
てんの
look?
よ。
I didn't mean I'm
そういうつも
allowing
りで
you
言ったんじゃ
to.
ないわ。
Yella's blushing face proves that I didn't hear her wrongly. So the vampire girls will use an inappropriate pickup line at times too. I don't think it was a pickup line, but, you know, you can dream. I know. This means I can take advantage of whichever way it goes. If we manage to snatch our money, we can sleep comfortably. If we can't, I can get close to a pretty lady. Wait, what did I miss? Yella threatened having to have Rayland. Never mind. Oh, you caught on? Okay, never mind then. I won't explain. Man. Boop. Hi, Unigiri. A pleasant surprise for you to show up. How have you been? She's cute. Must cosplay. Do it. You would look so good as Yella, not gonna lie. Cosplay her.
このバカ最
Idiot.
低。
You're so
もう
disgusting.
行くわよ。
Aren't you going to hurry up? We have shops to rob. Yella pulls my ear and begins to cross the road. Hager hurts. Let go, let go. We'll attract unwanted attention if people see us like this. Sleeping.
今回は見
I'll
逃
let
し
you
てあ
off
げるけど
this time. Don't
次
do
は
that
ないから
again.
ね。
Yella even yanks my ears strongly one more time before releasing me. Whose fault is it? I rub my ear and mumble to myself.
何か言った
What did you say? I said thank you for your mercy, Missy.
早く
Hurry
行きな
up.
さい。
Yes, yes. We arrive in front of the convenience store with a dark interior. Luckily, the shop is still open. Not only that, but there are quite a number of store clerks inside. Hey, what are you doing here? An assistant steps in our way as we're about to enter the shop, and he doesn't sound too friendly.
何も
No
た
particular
だ見て
reason.
回って
We're
るだ
not
けよ。
allowed to look around.
文句ある
Yella sounds even more unfriendly. No, we're here to buy something. I hurriedly stepped between the two of them and stated our purpose to avoid a misunderstanding. What is there to buy? Scram, there's nothing inside. The assistant blocking us doesn't seem to have any intention to step aside. He waves his hand to drive us away instead.
そこに物が
A
いっ
lot
ぱ
of
い
things
あ
are
るじゃ
displayed
ない。
inside, isn't that so? I glanced briefly at the shop's interior. There are several There are several rows of shelves with an assortment of bottles filled with liquids of various colors, but can't see any customers. The only ones inside are all store clerks wearing the same uniform, and some of them are staring at us strangely. What, are you looking for trouble? I mean, yeah, they did come with the purpose of robbery, but you know.
何よ。
What?
あ
Will
ん
you
たなん
die
て
if I
恨みつ
just
けた
look
だけで
for a
死んじゃう
while?
んじゃないの
Yella pushes me aside and stares at the shop assistant blocking us. It seems as if a fight is going to take place, and I clench my fist in preparation. We're doing our stock take and are closed for today. Now another shop assistant comes out from behind the cashier counter inside, and one of them are blocking the door completely. I see. Fine. We won't buy anything here then. Let's go. My intuition is telling me this place isn't a simple convenience store. We might get into a lot of trouble if we start a fight here recklessly, so I quickly decide to go with the flow and pull Yella's arm, urging her to leave. Cause that's worked every other time, right?
どうして行くの
Why
よ
do we have to go? It seems Yella didn't catch my drift. You'll understand soon. Listen to me. Let's go.
もう
Sheesh. Yella glances at the 2 store assistants blocking the door, but she eventually leaves with me, looking puzzled. As we walk away from the shop, another 2 of their staff follow us until we're quite a distance before they return inside.
あのコンビ
That
ニ
convenience store is
絶
certainly
対後ろめたい
fishy.
ことがあるのよ
Fishy fish. Yella has finally arrived at the same conclusion as I had a little earlier as she watches those 2 men return. Right, Missy, you finally realized it. I don't need to waste my breath in explaining to you then.
うるさいわね
You're noisy. Yella kicks me and begins to think.
後ろめたい
Suspicious. Right, what kind of convenience store would hire so many employees to look after it and even send people to monitor customer movements? Today I learned Viroid is by Pixiv. I'm not surprised, just wondering how I didn't already know. Yeah, I have literally no idea how you didn't know, to be honest. They have a lot of people and won't even allow anyone inside. The shop might be a front that is used for some other purpose. The question is, what is it? You guys don't need to know what it is, just carry on with your lives and find a different place to rob.
わかったわ
I know. Yella suddenly raises her eyebrows before I can finish. What do you know? She laughs in triumph, but I'm confused instead.
大勢で監視して
What kind of thing will need a lot of people to look after it, and they don't even allow others to go near it? Valuable things?
そうや
Correct.
あのコンビニ
We
が
don't
何
need to
に使わ
concern
れてい
ourselves
る
with the
かは
shop's
この
actual
際重要
purpose.
じゃないわ
That place has a lot of
大
money,
事なの
or
は
things that are
あ
worth a
そこに
lot.
大金か
Otherwise,
貴
they
重
wouldn't
品
need to
があ
hire
ると
so
い
many
う事
people to
実
guard them.
そうでなきゃあんなに大勢人を雇う必要はないもの
Sounds like they're going back to the convenience store and gonna rob them anyway. In that case, what do you plan to do? The shop has at least a dozen people, and all of them are big-sized.
私が誰か
You
忘れた
forget
わけじ
who
ゃ
I
ないでし
am?
ょ
A dozen or so
店員が
store
十
clerks
数
will
人
be
い
a
るくらい
problem.
全く問題にならないわ
It might not be a problem if we were on open ground, but I took a look at the store layout. The blah 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 blah. I hate when that happens. It's just... Ugh. The place has a lot of huge shelves inside with very little room to move about. If they have guns, they can simply shoot through the shelving, and you won't be able to get close to them quickly enough because of all that furniture.
そこまで言うな
You
ら
talk too
何か
much.
いい
Do you
方
have
法
any
がある
other
わけね
ideas? I don't have any yet.
それなら
Take
ど
your
うぞ
time to
ゆっ
think.
くり考え
I'm going
て
to look for a place to rest because
私は
this
休める場
blasted
所を
sun
探
is
すわ
killing me.
この
Now that you mention it, it does feel really hot. My brain's going to malfunction from this heat. Global warming. I look around. Unlike the city, this place doesn't have any trees to provide shade or on either side of the road. We're only seeing streets devoid of any vegetation, and plain-looking single-story buildings everywhere. No wonder it feels so hot.
ねえ久保くん
Incompetent
あの
fraud.
太陽
Go
取っ
and
てきな
fetch
さい
that
よ
sun! Are you stupid? Don't you think it'll become hotter if I retrieve it? You might be able to take shelter from the sun over there. I noticed a lot of blankets hanging in midair to dry across the road ahead.
あそこ
That place?
まだ
The
下に
sun's
水
dripping
滴が垂れ
underneath.
てるじゃない
It feels a bit dirty. Do you prefer to have some water on you or become sun-dried? Yella hesitates for a moment, but she takes shelter with me under those wet covers anyway.
あんたたち
Do
は
people like
女
you
性
love
の
to
ために
promise girls that they will
星や
fetch the
月を持
stars
ち
in the
帰ると
moon?
誓うのが
In
好
the
きよ
end,
ね
you can't even retrieve the sun for
Demo.
me.
あんたは太陽を取ってきてくれなかったわ
I never made such a promise. Besides, they say the stars and the moon. They never mention anything about the sun.
もういいわ期待してないもの
Forget
そ
it.
れで
I don't have
あ
any
のコ
hopes
ンビニ
on it.
にあるものを手
Have
に
you
入れ
thought
る
of
方
a
法
way to
は
get our
思いつい
hands
た
on the
わ
goodies inside the
そ
convenience
れく
store?
らいはで
You
き
should
る
be
でし
able
ょ
to do this. I wanted to think about this at first, but you interrupted me.
じゃあ今すぐ
Then
考
hurry
えな
up
さい
and think now. No hurry. Anyway, the sun is so intense you can't use all your powers now. I just need to think of something before the sun sets.
勝手にすれば
Suit yourself, but you better think of a way, or
思い
else.
つかなかった時はその時には
I like her voice. It's cute. Yella seems to have thought of something. She suddenly stops in mid-sentence and her face turns red. What? She got burnt by the sun?
うるさいわ
Shut
ね
up! I'm
口を
asking you
動
to
かすよ
think
り
with
頭を
your
動かし
brain.
なさい
I didn't allow you to use your mouth for that purpose. Yes, yes. What a weirdo. She must be scorched until she's addled. When night falls, we take advantage of the cover of night to return to that suspicious door. It just so happens that several employees have left the shop, and they enter a bread-shaped car parked outside. Oh, like a van? Bread-shaped car. If they're talking about a van, I refuse to refer to a van like anything other than as a bread-shaped car from now on. They're knocking off from work? The car starts its engine. It promptly disappears from our sight.
すぐに帰ってくる可能性もある
Not necessarily. It might
早く
return
動かない
soon.
と
We should strike quickly. No hurry. Let's see what's inside that place. I'm just imagining a van painted like a loaf of bread. That would be great. Now you need to get a van just to paint it like a loaf of bread. I study the shop. It seems that clerk behind the counter earlier is moving boxes near the entrance and is the only person inside.
絶好のチャンスね
This is our chance.
ほら
Go! Don't tempt me. Vans are cheap. Well, you gotta do more door dashing before you can even think of that. No. We agreed on this plan at first. Yella would hide in the darkness. I would start a commotion to draw the people out of the store. Then she would dispatch those from outside before dealing with the rest inside. Do it. Hi, Nero. Welcome to the stream. Though you're probably looking earlier, as you tend to. Did I read this? Yeah, I read this, okay. In the end, Yella seems to think it's a good time to strike because the shop only has a few people inside. She's striding there cockily after dismissing my well-thought-out plan. Vans are the least expensive shoe. I'm not sure about that one, Chief. I be lurking? As you do, Nero, as you do. That assistant becomes very alert and puts his box down upon hearing footsteps. He places one hand behind his hips and uses the other hand to lift the shutters on the door. We're closed! He's shouting loudly, and it seems to deliberate. It seems deliberate. I can read so fucking well. Well, we have a young girl here. The man is startled upon seeing Yella. Then he relaxes and extends his raised hand in her direction. Yella smoothly grabs the cashier's right arm, sends him a full 180 degrees, and bites the back of his neck. The hulky man drops like a sack of potatoes, and the pistol on his hip clatters to the floor. So good at the reads. Watch out! Inside! Yella is about to enter the store when the shop's tinted window door suddenly opens, and several black-garbed men with handguns emerge. Damn! Who dares to create trouble in Tiger Barber's territory? That man in black leading the group notices Yella and the down store assistant. He hesitates for a moment before pointing his gun at Yella. It is simply the worst thing that could happen at this range. There are so many shelves of goods in between. Yella, duck! Quack! Quack! I pulled across to pick up that cashier's pistol on the floor. I call out to Yella to give me some space. He's probably grasped the situation and immediately bends down. I stand upright, raise my hand and try to recall how I used a shotgun in that split different. Yeah, in that split second. The only difference between a small handgun and a shotgun, this weapon doesn't have a stock, but the barrel and trigger are still there. I just need to point the barrel at these people and pull the trigger, unless the safety's on. But those black-garbed men have also spotted me. They're aiming their guns at me. Bang, bang, bang! When I squeeze the trigger, the pistol issues a deafening noise. The part between my thumb and forefinger shakes, and the gun slips from my hands, which have become numb. And I bend down in reflex to pick up my weapon. Something whizzes above my head. Don't tell me I just had my brush with that again. Before I can recover from that shock, Yellow has already disappeared from my sight. A split second later, people are screaming in agony, and the sound of metallic furniture crashing on the floor is ringing out from inside. I hurriedly get up to see what happened inside without bothering to pick up that gun. But Yellow's already dusting herself as she steps out, and she throws a bottle of water from the shop over to me.
よくやったわし
Well
もべ
done, Thrall.
またお
You
手
have
柄
earned
ね
credit once again. You've dealt with them? I open the bottle of water and gulp a few mouthfuls. This kind of water actually tastes sweet, and imparts a slight stinging sensation to my tongue. Burp. My throat is also releasing some gas after drinking
そ
it.
れはあんたのなんだから
Drink
ゆっくり飲みなさいよ
Nobody is competing with you for it. No, what kind of drink is this? Is it soda? I look at the bottle of colorless liquid. I can't understand the words on the label, but it feels refreshing after drinking it.
私も知らないわ適当に取っただけだけど
I don't know either.
毒じゃ
Just
ない
grabbed
と
one
い
at
うわね
random. It shouldn't be poison, right? Sprite? Yeah, it could be Sprite. You dare to pick one like this? Are you trying to kill me?
あんただって
You
確
also
認
drink
し
it
ないで
without
飲んだで
looking
し
at
ょ
it, right? Never mind. I'm used to your reckless behavior. Please tell me in advance if you want to charge in blindly next time. Those people might have turned you into mesh for Sivig if I hadn't acted in the nick of time.
黙りなさいあんたがミンチ
I
に
love
されそうだっ
that
たんじゃない
Yellow's bow looks like little
私は
ears.
一人でも戦えた
Yeah,
わ
it does kind of, huh?
それより血は無事
Shut
なん
up.
でしょうね
You're the one who nearly became a sieve. I don't need your help with fights. You just need to look after my blood packs well. Yellow looks up and points at the knapsack on my back. It does, yeah, it's cute. Cute. I like how this part of her top just looks like a bat, too. Blood packs? Oh no! I hurriedly turn around and breathe a sigh of relief when I see the bag is still sealed tightly. It's a good thing Yellow had a few packs for lunch earlier, and the pack wasn't as tight. Otherwise, I could have spilled quite a number from that heated battle. Also the bat, yes. Phew, what a fright.
さあさっさ
Alright,
とお金
let's
を
see if
探
they
しな
have any
さい
money. Quickly.
出て
Those
行った
people
や
who
つら
left
が帰
earlier
って
may
くるかも
return
しれない
soon.
わ
And their loaf of bread of a car. The interior of the shop is very messy. Several people in black are lying on the floor with drink bottles scattered around them. These are the rest of the
あ
people?
そこの部屋に隠れ
I
てい
think
る
that
人
room
がい
still
るは
has
ずよ
people hiding inside. Yellow points out the door the men in black came out from. What should we do?
片付けてくるわ
I'll deal with them.
あんたは
For
カ
now.
ウンターから調
See if
べ
they
てな
have
さい
anything behind their cashier counter. It'll be too dangerous for you to go there by yourself.
足手まといよ
It'll be dangerous if you
あんた
follow
はあ
me.
んたの仕
Do
事
as
をして
you're told. Cut
ふ
the
ざけた
chatter
こと
and
言っ
act
てないで
quickly.
さっさと動きなさい
You're here committing robbery. Come on now. Yella shoves me to the counter. Okay, be careful.
言われなくても分
I
かっ
don't
て
need
る
you to
わ
tell me. I jog to the back of the cashier counter, and Yella heads to that door. The machine is on the counter, and I've seen such a device before at the convenience store in this city. The clerk would keep the money in a drawer on this thing, which had buttons with numbers still like that telephone. It looked somewhat different by having buttons with letters as well. They use this to keep money nowadays? How do I open it? I search the counter. It is messy on top, but I can't find anything that resembles a key. I don't need a key to open it? I study the machine carefully, but I have no clue, so I can only press some buttons randomly. Ching! I wonder what I pressed. The drawer in the device suddenly extends out and actually has banknotes inside. Ha! Score! I smile in delight and stuff the cash into my pockets. By my rough estimate, I have a total of more than $800. Although this is a small sum compared to the amount Yellow used to enjoy in the past, it's still enough to last us for a while. After putting all that money into my pockets, I go over to join Yellow. The area behind that door seems to be a storeroom. It is brightly lit, but I can't hear anything. Yella? My body suddenly becomes tense. Perhaps she has fallen prey to an ambush inside? Yella! I stride further inside that room. Eventually, I see Yella's figure when I reach the back, and my muscles finally relax. She's squatting quietly in front of a cardboard box, lost in thought. Yella? She didn't answer me. Perhaps she got poisoned? Don't tell me she drank one of the store's drinks at random and got poisoned. My muscles, which relaxed earlier, had become tense again. I hurriedly tried to induce myself to vomit and inject that poison. If I pass out from poisoning as well, both of us will die here. What's wrong with you? Kaka, you didn't get poisoned? Stop jumping to conclusions, you fucking mess. She suddenly returned to herself, and it gave me such a fright that I choked on my own saliva. Poisoned by what? Why didn't you answer me? I called you for quite a while. I was thinking about something. How could I possibly hear it when you called so softly? It sounded like a mosquito buzzing around. A mosquito buzzing. Forget it. Hurry over here. Yella beckons to me to come over, and I obey her. Look, there's a lot of money. She moves aside to reveal the pile of cardboard boxes behind her. I quickly take a look at the contents in those boxes, and then turn to regard Yella. Oh! Both of us are overjoyed at the same time. I've never seen this amount of money in my life until now. You sure are ignorant. There should be no problem to buy another castle with this amount, though. Honestly, probably you guys could buy a house. Let me do it. I quickly grab the money to stuff into my pockets. They're full in no time. You're stupid. Just take the entire box with you. Duh. Done. I lift the entire case of money in my arms. Somehow, I think I've never used up so much energy in all my life. Oh no. Yella suddenly stops smiling and becomes very tense while I'm savoring that moment of striking it rich. What's wrong? I heard noises outside from melodic cars. Cars? Tiger's people have returned? Who cares what they're called? Anyways, we need to hurry out. Yella's looking at those boxes of cash around her in reluctance while saying it. It is quite a pity to leave with only one box. Can you take another 2 boxes? Yes, provided you can help me grow another 2 arms. Useless fellow. Why don't you take some boxes yourself? Yella sighs in frustration. You grew up without your brains? Who's going to protect you if I take any box with me, you weak little princess? Little princess? I'm a chef who has wielded a cleaver and seen blood before, okay? That's great. Enough chit-chat, let's hurry out. She urges me and goes out ahead. I follow her while carrying a box in front and a knapsack on my back. We see 4 to 5 red-shaped cars parked on the road in front, and we stop out of the store. Hurry! We quickly duck into a narrow alley off the side while the car's occupants haven't climbed down. We run as fast as we can. Who dares to touch the chief barber's money? You must be tired of living. Men, advance! Kill them! As we turn a corner, I can hear cursing and gunshots from behind. Numerous bullets are hitting the walls around us, some loose stones chips flying. A hug. Oh no! My hand suddenly got hit by a stone fragment that flew from somewhere. Ah! The intense pain causes my hand to relax involuntarily, and the box I was holding tightly at first drops to the ground, scattering money everywhere. Leave it! I thought of picking up that money, but Yella pulls me and we continue to run. A entire box of cash got left behind. Ignore the money! Ignore the money! Catch those 2 young rogues! Maybe I have scattered the money behind us, but there is some confusion among our pursuers. We seize the opportunity to run as quickly as possible. I want to find a corner to lose them, but this alley is really long. Daniela is pulling me more strongly. It seems I'm slowing her down. Leave me and run off by yourself if you can't make it. Shut up! She's pulling even harder. I think my arm is going to break off any second. We reach the end. A wall is standing at the end of this alley. Those people from behind me are pursuing us again. The bullets are beginning to whiz past us in greater frequency. The minute we stop, it will also be shredded in pieces instantly.
左右に道がある
We
わ
can still go along either side. So this place is a T-junction. The left side goes into a dark alleyway. The right extends toward the main road. Ooh. Chat. To the road or to the alleyway? Which way should we go? I'll leave our fate in your hands. Or more of in the hands of the first person to respond, because I'm not patient enough to wait for all of you. Alleyway? Okay, Catman, you win the race. I like dark alleys. Oh boy. To the alleyway! To the left! The main road is too well lit. It will be easy pickings for them. If we run further into the darkened alleyway, our pursuers probably won't be able to see us clearly, so they're likely to shoot wildly as before, and we might have a higher chance to escape. What Catman said? I mean, yeah, he was the first one to respond.
分かった
Okay. Yella nods and drags me into the alleyway on the left without any delay. They're here! Barely after turning a corner, another gunshot rings out, accompanied by those noisy footsteps from behind. Yella should have been able to run away from them easily. I can't run quickly enough after all. Bang! A loud gunshot reaches my ears. Yella suddenly staggers a few steps and slows down. I run over to her. What happened?
止まらないで
Don't stop. Run. She sounds weak. To tell me she's been hit. You dare to run? Wait till this one here skins you alive. However, the footsteps from behind are getting closer. I have no time to check on her wound. I can only pull her with me as we continue to run for our lives. Huh? We've hardly run a few steps before I suddenly find myself stepping on empty space, and I'm pulling Yella with me into the darkness below. Ah! After a short dizzy spell, I open my eyes again, and I'm still greeted by an expanse of darkness. I might be looking upwards because my knapsack is on my back. Maybe that backpack cushioned the impact, and I didn't end up with any broken bones, but my butt still hurts. What about Yella? I suddenly realize both of my hands are empty after holding Yella's hand all the while, and I have no idea where she is. I want to get up and panic, but something seems to be pinning me, and my hips won't obey me. I thought of pushing the thing that is pinning me aside. Upon touching it, the thing actually feels soft as if it's made of cloth, and a bit round in shape. Yella, where are you? Her voice is coming from somewhere else very close, but as if she's right ahead. Don't tell me. I use my hand to squeeze that soft circular cloth again. But what are you groping? Indeed, Yella is petting me, and the soft sensation feels really great. Really feels great. So I found out for the first time how it feels from pinching girls. Oh, for indeed. Where did they go? How did we lose them? Kinda fell in a hole. They were still running in front just now. They must be hiding somewhere nearby. Search around, quickly! Before I can enjoy that moment, our pursuers' voices are issuing out from above. Looks like we've fallen into a big hole. They're coming, we should go. Hurry!
もう足の感
One
覚
of
が
my
ないの
legs feels numb. You
あん
should
ただ
go.
け来なさい
What are you saying? I take off the knapsack to hold in one hand, and allow Yella to climb onto my back. Now this time, I notice we are at the bottom of a large pit. Rather, we're inside a tunnel, and we can see a faint light ahead.
あんた
You can
私
still
を背負っ
move
たまま
while
動ける
carrying me? It's okay. This isn't the first time I'm carrying you anyways. I support both of her feet with my hands as best as I can to allow her more stability on my back. You can't see clearly. You have good eyesight. Help me see which way to go. Yes, move a bit
少
to
し
the
右
right.
に行って
I follow Yella's instruction and turn in one direction. This way?
いいわ
Yes,
そ
move
のまま
forward.
進んで
Sit tight. I begin to stride forward.
ゆっくり
Don't move too
水
quickly.
たまりが
There
あ
are
るから
puddles on the
慎
ground.
重に歩きな
Walk
さい
steadily. Maybe she remembered something and gave this reminder. Okay. By following Yella's directions, we go further inside the tunnel, and the surroundings become quiet. Our pursuers' curses have stopped reaching our ears, and we can only pick up the sound of water dripping, faint scurrying and and squeaking noises instead. Wow, why did I fuck that up? Ah, this place stinks. Where are we?
わからない。
No idea. That
隣
one
にある
beside
の
us
は
is the
ドブか
storage
しら。
canal. Ah, sewage canal. Do people nowadays build their sewers underground? No wonder the surface looks so clean.
う
Mm.
ん。
It stinks so much.
はい。
Yella sounds a bit tired. Are you seriously hurt?
大丈夫。
I'm fine.
ち
Just
ょっと
a little
眠いだ
bit
け。
tired. You can't sleep now. They say it's very easy to sleep for good once you fall asleep after being injured.
うん。
Yella murmurs without saying anything else, and I'm feeling worried again. Here's a song from me.
耳障りだわ。
Awful. Just awful. I am just going to sing.
やめなさいよ。
Don't defile my
耳
ears.
が腐るわ。
I ignore Yella's objections and begin to sing loudly. That bright moonlight tonight shines at my window screen. I only love one of them, yet I would suffer so much hardship. This surf is really heartless and has cheated my feelings. See, I can still sing, right?
やめて。
Stop singing.
さっさと
Just
進んで。
Although it might be off key, at least I can prevent Yella from falling asleep. After walking for some time, we reached that light in the distance I saw earlier. Can we get out from here? I go up when we're under that light and realized it was a street light shining through many holes from above. That means we can reach the surface from here. Continue underground or climb up? Chat, what should we do? Underground, the enemy gang probably isn't far. Continue? Okay. It's kind of strange that you guys are actually in sync, to be honest. Continue. We don't have enough distance from our pursuers, so it's not a good time to go up yet. They have a lot of people and might be everywhere searching for us. What do you think? I shake Yella, and she seems a bit dazed.
うん
Yeah, don't go up for
そ
now.
うね。
We're meant to be
まだ出ない
together,
方が
duh.
いいわ。
We continue to move forward after reaching an agreement. There should be another exit like this ahead. If we can't find it, we can always return here. You good, fam? After walking again for some time, our surroundings become darker. Just when I'm wondering if we should head back, Yella suddenly opens her mouth. Eh?
光が
Light
見え
ahead.
るわ。
There's light. I strain my eyes to peer ahead. It is completely dark and I can't see any light at all.
どこ見てんの？
Where are you looking at?
そこよ。
It's there. She uses both hands to turn my head in one particular direction, but I still can't see any light. I don't see it.
あんた、
Do you
目
have a
大
problem
丈
with
夫？
your eyesight? I don't know. Maybe the light is very faint. She can see it whereas I can't.
まだわからないわ
I。can't be sure of
と
it
にか
yet
く
for
進みましょ
now.
う。
Anyway, you just need to continue in this direction. Yes. I nod and move more quickly in that
もう
direction.
すぐよ。
Getting there. Yella murmurs into my
もう
ears.
すぐ着くわ。
Almost there. We're there? I still can't see anything. I began to panic when she said that to me. Don't tell me she's hallucinating because she isn't going to make it.
もう光の中に
We've
入っ
already
たわ。
reached the light. Really? As I'm about to stop and check on Yella, a large ray of light suddenly envelops us and blinds the Chachin stream. Ah! Oh. In an instant, our dark surroundings miraculously become bright and cheery. We were walking underground. Since when did we end up on the road in the morning?
え
Huh?
何よこれ
What is this place?
ここはどこ
Physical and mental book chang? What? Yeah, that says book chang. The city. What is this place? I'd like to ask about something too. What are those words at the store entrance? Yella moves her head on my back. Can't reach past your head. Wow. You know what? That's fair.
リンの
Lynn's convenience
Conveni-
store? It just says Lynn's store on the door itself, but go off, I guess. Right, your wound! I turn around to check on Yella.
変だわ
Strange.
急
How come
に
it doesn't
痛
hurt
くなくなった
anymore? Cause you're a vampire? Quick healing? Anything like that? She extends her hand to feel her leg as if a bullet should have been there.
とりあえず下
Let
ろし
me
てく
get
れ
off
る
first. I bend down slightly and allow Yella to dismount. Upon further notice, I realize I'm wearing the clothes I used to wear right at the beginning, surprisingly. Oh. That knapsack full of blood packs and the money in my pockets are gone. In addition, all that grimy accumulated after falling down the hole earlier has even disappeared. They probably went 50 years further in the future. Yella and I look at each other. We seem to have returned to that state when we first arrived in this world 300 years in the future. What is going on? Is this the dream?
買い物する人い
It
なさ
seems
そうね
nobody wants to come in and buy anything. Hello? Cursor, where'd you go? Hello, there you are.
あそこで誰
People talking over there. I follow Yella's gaze. And see three faces peering through the glass doors. The three of them are talking softly to themselves, and the voices Yella and I have heard belong to them. In that case, I should ask about our surroundings. What is this place? Why do all of you have animal ear accessories? Well, I don't know.
わかりません
Banui, 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 Banui.
耳
Ears?
こ
Well,
れは
fox. I could have sworn she was gonna be a cat. Oh well.
これは本物
These are real, not an
飾りじゃない。
accessory.
もうバカ
Stupid
グマ
bear.
なんで
You're
言っちゃ
so
うの
silly.
よ
How could you say that?
それでここはどこなの
Do you know what is this place?
あ
After being silent for some time, Fox Girl suddenly spoke.
いらっしゃいませ
Hello.
お客様
Welcome to
何
our
かお
store.
探しですか
How may I help you?
アイスをお
Would
求
you
めで
like
す
an
か
ice cream?
こちら
We
にいろ
have
ん
a
なアイス
wide
があります
variety
よ
of ice cream.
こんなに
Look,
暑い
the
日
weather
だ
is
し
so hot.
お一つい
Would
か
you
が
like
です
to
か
try one? I was gonna be so mad if the bear girl wasn't a bear girl.
はあ
The bunny girl is so cute. I love. Okay, anyways. In fact, what is this place? Yella and these three strange girls were chattering beside me. Looks like we're going to start in our new lives muddle-headedly. I can read very good. And, welcome to Fluffy Store. The Newy girl, she's so cute. Okay, I will definitely call this game here, but seems like if we actually went up, we would have had a lot more. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Wow. Just because we continued on. But you know what? I'm happy with the ending we got. I'm happy with Fluffy Store. We got Banui. We got Banui on Banui Day. What more could have we asked for? Besides Higurashi. We're doing Higurashi now. Higurashi time, guys. Are you ready? Gotta update the stream shit. It's gonna be extreme whiplash going from that fluffy ending to Higurashi of all things. So much for Vampire's Medley being one YouTube video. It still can be one video. It'll be a really long video, but it'll only be one. What you going on about? We indeed. Higurashi time. Could you guys let me know if the stream details updated? And then I will send out a tweet to let the masses know it's Higurashi time. Higur. Okay, excellent. It has updated. Tweeting time. Gotta use all the hashtags. Okay, maybe not all the hashtags, but the hashtags that I go to. So, did you guys have fun with that interesting ending that we got to? Yes, timely reminder to pre-register for English OnStars if you haven't already. It's very important, you know. I know some of you already have, but, you know. Hiya, Fumichu. Did you like the ending we got to? We got a Banui girl. Time for some massive whiplash. Okay. Banui good. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Banui, Banui, Banui. Okay, where is Higurashi hiding? Probably in the H's. Synchronizing Steam Cloud. Banui, very good. Kind of strange that, like, the game capture automatically goes to Higurashi. But I'm not complaining, because that made this a little easier for me. Higurashi time. Bless, the audio is working. Listen here now. I have done my best. Thank you very much. Banui, yes, excellent. Banui, Banui, Banui. Yes. Okay, guys, stop. I'm just letting you know. Okay. Audio Grober, god fucking damn it, you guys suck. Okay, so you must have missed the installment of when I figured out what the issue was. And I think I actually failed to explain what the issue was, but I figured out on Neptune. Yes, you guys can hear Higurashi now when they cry. You can hear the fucking cicadas. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god. You guys are a bunch of dicks sometimes. But the main thing is from me separating the audio and how you record, so that way it's actually separate. Taking shots for figuring out. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna explain the technical details after all, because you guys suck. I see how it is. Wow. Wow. Just be glad we can't throw things at you like Chibi Doki. Yeah. Sucks that I don't got tits. uh, anyways. I'm glad we can all have fun. I think I looked at all the tips, right? Community notice? Maybe I didn't look at this yet. Which is fair because it's almost 1 a.m. We still love you. You better still love me. Yeah, okay, I don't think I've read this. We're greeting the end of the rainy season sooner than in prior years. I don't fight me. Listen, I just caught on to what you meant by Higurashi, so the title, the stream title, because we changed games. Cotton, Cotton Festival. I got distracted. Thanks guys. We're greeting the end of the rainy season sooner than in prior years. On this day, when it feels like summer will soon arrive, I'm pleased that everyone is in good health. I'm not in good health. What about me? The season for the Watanagashi is finally upon us. I believe the assistance of the town council will make a wonderful festival. That's racist. Children. Nero. Please. I also wish to ask for the assistance of everyone in regards to a few things. 1. Collecting bazaar goods. We look forward to a well-received Hinamizawa Grand Bazaar exhibition. This has nothing to do at all, but my poor doggy didn't feel good yesterday, and I think it 'cause it was cloudy is dramatic. Dogs be silly sometimes like that. Holding a massive collection of excess goods and used clothing. No raw goods, please. Management. Makino tell. Let's call that phone number right now. 2. Recruiting little festival drum dancers. The renowned Little Festival Drum Dancers group, known for its careful choreography, the Shofu Society, is taking last-minute participants. We're looking for any showboat elementary and middle schoolers. He doesn't like the rainy. I took all his rain desire, and it's mine now. I'm the only one that can truly desire rain. Management, Kimayoshi. Ooh, another phone number for us to try to call, guys. Will go so well. 3. Taking donations. We are accepting donations in multiples of thousands yen. The freaking cicadas, I swear. I could start an orchestra with how loud they are. I just realized they spelled little right. Is that how little's actually supposed to be spelled? It looks silly. For every 1,000 yen donation, you'll be awarded with a refreshment stand ticket. Management, Sonozaki, and yet another phone number for us to very successfully call. Yes. It looks ugly, spelt correctly. Anyways, we're always taking suggestions for ways to improve the festival at all times. If you have an interesting idea, call Kimiyoshi at another phone number we can totally call right now. There's a 200 yen refreshment stand ticket attached below the cut line. I mean, there's just a little bun, which is also good. Just a little bun. Just a little banui. Little bun bun. Not to mention the sound team only made them a loop on one track who sampled this. Give me like 5 different cicada sounds. Now I have this on a loop in my head. That sounds very much so like a you problem, Nero. Let's see. Yes. Cicadas. Ree. I mean, cicadas do be wildly like that. A few days had passed since the incident. During that time, either Mion was busy or Rika-chan had to help with the festival preparations, so we couldn't get everybody together for club activities. I'm so used to people 86ing the catastrophe, I generally forgot little is technically supposed to be spelled that way. 86ing the apostrophe. What did I say? I definitely didn't say apostrophe. I hate you, that's exactly how they sound. Cicadas, re. Indeed. I think I read all that paragraph. You said catastrophe. I'm just already mentally prepared for Higurashi, that's all. I am a catastrophe. No. Imagine hearing that all the time. The cicadas? Anyways, I'm just gonna reread this because I generally do not remember if I actually read it. During that time, either Mion was busy or Rika-chan had to help with the festival preparations, so we couldn't get everybody together for club activities. Putting the cat in catastrophe. They weren't lying, the Higurashi do be crying. Yeah, they're wailing. Even though I thought I would never want to participate again after the years it shaved off my life each time, not having it only made my heart grow fonder. I really am not honest with myself. You already knew that, Keiichi. You fucking murderer. Today we finally had our club activities again. These weren't the same old club activities. I didn't mean to right-click. I'm smart. It was called the Watanagashi 5 Demon Firefight. And it was one of the biggest events in the club. Keiichi, does the yukata still fit you? Can you try it on for a second? Mom pulled an old dusty yukata. Nah, I don't need a yukata. Those are embarrassing, so I'll just go in my normal clothes. But this is the festival. Wear it, okay? Rena and the others said regular clothes are just fine. If I was the only one wearing a yukata, it'd be even more embarrassing. I put on the same old vest as usual. I'll be going with Rena and the others, so you don't need to worry about me. Is that so? I'll be going with Dad when he wakes up. Dad let out a loud snore from the sofa. Just like Spooky! From how it looks, he must have pulled an all-nighter last night. He just finished sending in his manuscript, so he might not wake up for a while. It seems my dad writes for art magazines sometimes too. I never read it though. I wonder if my dad is a really famous artist. Since his own son is saying something like that, I can't imagine his selling all that well. But is able to feed a family of 3, and my life isn't exactly full of hardships. It could be that he's some master painter, and I didn't know about it. Ding dong. Keiichi-kun, are you home? Uh-oh, it was already time. I didn't want them coming here, so I was planning on leaving early and waiting outside. Oh my, it's Rena-chan. Thank you for always looking after Keiichi. Ma'am, he's also been looking out for me. Why are you blushing just from meeting my mom? Don't get all flustered. It really doesn't feel right. Let's go, Rena. Since Rena would continue to space out if I left her here, I grabbed her hand and dragged her out. Rena-chan, look after Keiichi for me. Oh, yes, ma'am. Even if it means I must sacrifice myself. Can't be saying shit like that, Rena. Then why don't you do it right now? She waved back even as I was dragging her away. Is that foreshadowing? Maybe. Perchance. Okay, Kei-chan. You hungry today? We'll have to take care of that at these stalls. You thought I'd let myself get full knowing the club activities will involve the stalls? Oh, who am I kidding? This entire chapter is foreshadowing. I mean... wouldn't have it any other way. Where are Rika-chan and Satoko? Are they already at the temple? Yep, Rika-chan's a festival committee member after all. Satoko-chan is probably with her as well. You don't have to voice act while reading chat, fam? So? What, you want me to just read chat all monotone and be all boring and shit? No. None. I see. Alright. Let's make some noise today. Yeah. We're already in high spirits with just the three of us there. It was way more lively at the Furude Shrine than the last time I came, far exceeding my expectations. Throngs of people were crammed between rows of market stalls lined with colorful paper lanterns. Despite that, it was actually quite enjoyable. There are lots of people here. I can't believe they all live in Inumizawa. Everybody attends the Watanagashi. I think about half the village is there. It's not just that. Municipal and youth councils from neighboring towns and villages advertise this event as well. That's right, there aren't that many students at our school. But there are a lot of kids here today. It just doesn't feel like a festival unless there are kids running around after all. That's true, I agree. Hello and good evening. Those two knew everybody we came across. Of course I greeted them as well, but I still wasn't familiar with everybody yet. Oh, Rena-chan, thanks for the food you brought me a while back. My son loved it. He said it was delicious. It was nothing at all. I'm glad he liked it. Say hello to Kazuma-kun for me, please. Hey, if it isn't Sonozaki Ojo-chan. I'm in charge of a stand again this year, so make sure you come visit. Pops, have you gotten fatter? You'll end up having a heart attack with a gut like that. Oh, this kid here is new. Are you one of her underclassmen? He's one of my members. An upcoming hopeful. If you cross him, he could crush your stand in one night. You got a little Missy's seal of approval, I see. Hope you take it easy on me. As you can imagine, Mion was chatting away with the old guys running the stalls. Mie-chan is really energetic after all. She's really popular with the older men. Sus. I think Rena is pretty popular too, being cute and all. That was, of course, so long as her little condition didn't flare up. But as long as she's blushing quietly, she's pretty cute. I'm popular with some people? Really? Really? With some people. I evaded giving her a straight answer by roughly tousling her hair. Where is Hifumichu when I need her? I don't know words. The stall keepers came all the way from town. It's not really a festival without them after all. So we're going to mess with them now? I don't care what kind of match it is, I'm going to win it! Oh yes, I'll try too. Hey, you're all very late. It's unacceptable to keep a lady waiting, Keiichi-san. Oh, my bad. So where's this lady I've kept waiting? What did you just say? Alright, Satoko was in top form as well. Seemed she was all excited about being able to get everybody in the club together for the first time in a while. Oh, Rika-chan, cute. Oh god. Tozel, learn to pronounce verb, tossle, third person present, tussles, past present tussled, past participle tussled, gruned or present participle, tussling, make a person's hair untidy. I tussled his wispy silver hair. You don't have to copy and paste dictionary definitions all the time. Just use that. No. Rena let out an elated sigh. It seemed that the real Lady Ha made her appearance. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to Keiichi as well. Woo! Looking good. You're looking sharp again this year. Cute! Gonna take you home. Rika-chan was wearing a shrine maiden outfit. Yup. Rena's little outburst was completely understandable. Rika-chan's clothes sure look like the real deal. Is that a real shrine maiden outfit? My grandmother made them by hand. They're quite authentic. Rika-chan has an important task to do at the end of the festival, so she's wearing this. I see. Rika-chan was on the executive committee because she performed all the Shrine Maiden rituals of the festival. For the festival. I can read so good. My work is only during the finale of the festival, so I can still play for a while. But we cannot afford to waste any time. Let us begin! I want to chat about the new Higurashi anime with spoilers. Have you even watched the new Higurashi anime? What could you even say about it? Alright. It felt good to wander around the festival with just the 5 of us. Mion called everyone over to a stand that caught her attention and proposed a rather odd competition. Takoyaki eating race. Everyone has to buy their own. Ready? Go! A standard in A standard in vendor stalls. The takoyaki stand. I watched some of it with you, and I think where I left off was the equivalent of here. Maybe? Oh. What was especially standard for these kinds of events was the fact that they were only simply balls of dough, takoyaki in name only. Oh, well that's kind of sad. Not that it wouldn't be any good, but like, sad. It burns! Are you okay, Keiichi-kun? Have some water. My, eating those scalding takoyaki whole is suicide. I guess the trick is to buy the ready-made ones so that have been left there for a while. They really don't taste good. The stall next to it was the shaved ice stand. It was still a bit too early in the season for that, but right then it didn't matter. Let's do shaved ice this time. It's a shaved iced eating race. Ready? Go! shaved ice eating race. I can't. As long as you can melt it a bit with your body heat, then... This fucking music. Yeah. It's so cold. Would it be out of place in initialty? I mean, they are doing a food eating race, so close enough. Not smart. This old man ordered it with plenty of syrup. It'll melt quickly when it's mixed up. Those stooges were too late. The moment they chose to tackle it head on was their downfall. Phew. Finished. Kei-chan is done? That was too fast. It couldn't be. Keiichi-kun, you didn't add water from the goldfish tank behind you, did you? That can't taste very good. So that was another old favorite. A cotton candy stand. Why don't we do this one next? Of course, it's a speed eating contest. Hey, how do you eat cotton candy quickly? How? On Satoko's mark, Eon, Satoko, and I all compressed the cotton candy with our bare hands. The time it took to stick the whole thing in our mouths? 3 seconds. I expected Satoko to figure it out, but I didn't think Kei-chan would too. I can't have you treating me like I'm a newbie forever, can I? It won't taste very good. Rika-chan had also crushed it between her hands and stuck it into her mouth. This is probably the only place in Japan where people eat cotton candy like this. I think only Rena's cotton candy was happy with how it was eaten. But it felt like we'd end up doing stuff like eat noodles through the nose contest, or human water pump out the goldfish scoop at the rate things were going. This old man would probably still win too. I'm simply no match for Mion-san when it comes to eating repulsive things. Yeah, seriously. What's up with you guys? Are you telling me you don't want to have a blue Hawaii topped yakisoba eating contest? Shake, shake. Satoko and I shook our heads in unison. Can we have a game that doesn't involve food this time? Can we? Rena's proposal was a godsend. It was about time we played a different kind of game. It also seemed like neither Rena nor Rika-chan were any good at speed eating or gorging themselves. Okay, Rena, I'll let you pick out the next game. Anything is fine. Well then, I'm going to be the judge. Find cute things on the festival grounds. You have 1 minute. Fine by me. I know exactly what Rena likes. Alright. I think I could win with that. Ready? Go! Oh? Why aren't Keiichi-kun and Rika-chan starting? Why not? Mion and Satoko dashed off madly, but Rika-chan and I calmly stayed right where we were. Could it be you already found it? The cute thing? You already found it. KG, too? Yeah. What is it? What is it? I can't wait. Both Rika-chan and I stood motionless for those few moments before Mion and Satoko returned. This is probably the first time we've gone head-to-head like this. It'll be the first. Rika-chan, you expect to win with that, huh? Vibin. Absolutely. I am a member of this club as well. Win by any means is our society's third rule. Rika-chan, you sneered to the best of her ability. You're on! Both Mion and Satoko came back, each with their own plan of attack stuffed in their arms. Okay then, let's go in order. Let's start with the club president, Mi-chan. Too bad, you guys. I'm ending this now. This old man brought this. Where did she get those? They were old tin diamond-shaped signs. Pleb curry, snake coil incense, and ornament C. How about this? That's very understated. A little too understated, Nice to see those stuck up on barbed wire fences. They were more nostalgic than cute. Can you explain what part of that is cute? Well, there were puffs of smoke noisily shooting out of Rena's ears and nose, almost like a steam train. I didn't get it. I shall be up next. It is this. It was the hand-drawn poster from the Ladies Society's roasted corn stall. It was a really bad sketch done by a housewife. An anthropomorphic roasted corn drawn without any sort of real plan. Its very existence invited a sense of sorrow to the viewer. Bleep. That was the sound of blood jetting out of Rena's nose. It seemed to have been rated higher than Mion's. I really didn't get it. It feels like your artistic sense is a little avant-garde about 5 Mion's. Oh, those were nothing but mass-produced signs after all. They had no chance against something hand-drawn. I couldn't even begin to follow the way these guys were thinking. Then I'll be next. Next is Rika-chan, is it? What could you even do without anything? Did you and Satoko both forget? If Rika-chan felt like it, she could simply... After moving back about 10 yards, she began waddling up to Rena. Saying that, both Mion and Satoko gasped. Oh no! Too late. Rika-chan tripped over nothing and lay motionless after falling down. Rena hurried over to her. Rika-chan, are you alright? Alright? Rika-chan had a lump on her forehead and tears welled up in her eyes. Only her fingers peeked out from her sleeves. This was the vital part. The palms of her hands were covered by her sleeves. She made a single sound. Meow. Oh, cute, cute. Going to take you home. I'd completely forgotten that. The play that I personally had to use. Rena's face went completely red, her head bobbing back and forth with excitement. She embraced Rika-chan and began rubbing her cheek against her. Rika trips over nothing. Me, all the same. I'd expect no less from her. Not a single element was overlooked. Lolly, Shrine Maiden, Brink of Crime, Mew. It was perfect. A simple trap, transcended into pure moe. Now this is what you call art. Kei-chan has a pretty weird definition of art. I'll just pretend the sharp sting of those words cutting through me like a razor was a figment of my imagination. Rika-chan turned her gaze to me with a daunting smile as she was caressed by Rena, who was in full cute mode. Now, Keiichi, can you beat me? The cold smile is frightening Rika-chan. It might just be in my imagination, but I see a demon inside her sometimes. Kei-chan seems to have his own plan of attack. I wonder what he's going to show her. I also wish to observe the play Keiichi-san will make. Could it be? Is Keiichi also going to give a performance? I blasted her pointed stares. I pulled Rena, who gave no sign of canceling out of cute mode, away from Rika-chan. Isn't this the visual novel known for school children brutally murdering each other? Perhaps. Oh, cute thing, Keiichi-kun, let go. I'll show you something even cuter, so just hold on for now. Huh? Oh, is this something even cuter? But it's a bit too crowded here. Let's go back there. Rena looked very surprised as I pulled her behind the shrine. I cannot fathom what Keiichi-san could possibly be planning. This is Kei-chan after all. No, it couldn't be. Keep on fighting, yeah! After a bit, I returned. And a bit after that, so did Rena, dragging her feet. There's no way that scoundrel Keiton did something to innocent little Rena. Mion and Satoko passed by me, heading straight to Rena. But what exactly did he do to you? For a moment, Rena was too dazed to realize someone was talking to her. Huh? How? Oh, it's me, John. How? Rena, are you alright? Did Keiton do anything to you? No, he didn't do anything strange to me. How? This is quite severe. Exactly what did Kei-san show you? It was so cute. How? Cute? What did he show you, Rena? Rena let out a really long how. Her eyes sparkled as she spoke. Cute, so cute. Ah. Wham. Whomp. At the blink of an eye, Mion and Satoko's elbow smashed into my face. Huh? How? What? What? My longest how. She's showing Rena something so dirty. You sick pervert. I shall have you beat into oblivion. Wait, you've got it all wrong. A dark, billowing aura flowed from Mion and Satoko. It was no good. They're gonna kill me. Maybe not in this lifetime. Min-chan, I'm not sure what's going on, but you've got it all wrong. You see, Keiichi-kun had... It's a fur sealed keychain. Rika-chan stuck her hand into my pocket and pulled out my keychain. Yeah? He said he made it long ago for one of his summer school assignments. He said he doesn't show it off so often because it's embarrassing. Yeah, so small and cute. He tried his best to make it. It's so wonderful. I want to see the keychain, honestly. Oh. This old man thought you meant it was Keiichi's cute little fur seal. I expect no less from Neon-san. You misconstrued things in the wildest ways. They slung insults at each other and looked like they were ready to tear into each other at any second. I beg of you, if I'm in the clear, would you mind getting off of me? We were interrupted by the flash of a camera. Hey guys. You all seem energetic as usual. It was Tomitake-san. As I lay crumpled on the ground, Mion and Satoko continued to bicker above me. Rika-chan was patting me on the head, and Rena was still in cute mode. It was probably quite a lively scene. It was a fine evening indeed, although it's rather poor etiquette to photograph a lady without her permission. That's right. At least you don't really need Satoko's permission. Satoko dug her heel into me. Good evening. You're heading back tomorrow, aren't you? Were you able to take lots of good photos? Thanks to you. I got plenty of good shots. Tonight's the last we get to see you, old Tomitake-sama, isn't it? Beep Discord? Why would I beep Discord? It's such a shame. Hurry up and have your major breakout soon. Just as rude as ever, aren't you? I really am sad I won't be able to hear that voice of yours for almost half a year. Be sure to have as much fun as you can tonight. You'll be back in Tokyo tomorrow, after all. That's true. It'll be another 6 months, until I can enjoy another night where I can see the stars. Tomitake-san looked up at the night sky cheerfully. At that moment, even though he was smiling, I sensed a bit of sadness. Why don't you move here, Tomitake-san? In Hinamizawa. Tomitake-san was speechless. It's not very convenient here. No shops, or recreational spots. Whoops. There might not be anything really here, but you know. Everyone knew what I was trying to say. Tomitake-san was also well aware. Serena, Mion, Satoko, and Riko-chan. None of them butted in. I've only been here for less than a month, so I don't really know everything about it. Normally I'm a really talkative guy, but in situations like this, I'm at a loss for words. Even though all this was happening in such a boisterous setting. It felt like all the background noise was fading into the distance. This place is probably... Tomitake-san rested his hand on me gently, silencing me. Thank you, Keiichi-kun. Mion-chan and Renan-chan. Satoko-chan and Rika-chan. Tomitake-san's smile was so slight, it looked as if it was going to crumble at any minute, but it was warm. I also think it would be great if I could live here. Those might have been cool words coming from a kid who didn't need to worry about working to feed himself. A hand touched my back. It was Rena. Keiichi-kun, you shouldn't pick on adults. It's not nice. The background clamor of the festival returned. We won't be seeing him for a while after all. We need to make sure Tomitake-san also enjoys tonight. When Rena smiled, the mood instantly got brighter. That's true. I think I'll just do that. I'll do just that. Words. Ah. Hey, Mi-chan. How about it? Can we let Tomitake-san in our club activities? That's a great idea. Or so I thought. But Mion had a snobbish look on her face. One of the requirements for membership is residence in Hinamizawa, you see. Come on, Mi-chan. Just for today, don't be mean. Well, he does come around often every year. I'll make him an honorary citizen. Well, yay! Isn't Tomitake like 30 years old? I don't know. Google it. Now then. I wonder if this aged fellow well past his prime will be a match for me. Let's have him show us the wisdom of a mature adult. Can you keep up with us, youngins? Tomitake-san stepped back slightly at her audacious grins. I, Mion Sonozaki, club president, do hereby authorize honorary citizen Tomitake's entry into our club. Her words were quickly drowned out by our cheers. What do you mean by club? What our club does, you see, in order to cope with our complicated society, we perform various activities with various rules. Sometimes they are in your favor, and sometimes they work against you. I'm pretty weak, so I prefer you not to single me out. Let's try to get along. If you wish to mock our childish games, then this will be the perfect opportunity. Yeah, the when they cry wiki says probably 30s. I guess that makes sense. We'll leave you with nothing. You won't even leave the hairs on your butt. So, it's a club where we play games together. Of course, Rika-chan was the only one to give an answer that made sense. Alright, just what I wanted. I'll take you up on that challenge. Don't be too rough on me, my mentors. Tomitake-san got riled up and did a victory pose like he was 10 years younger. That's perfect. We continued walking through the festival with Mion in the front. Now we looked like a family of 6. It had some intensity to it. Same rules as always. The loser will, of course, be subject to a penalty. Tomitake-san was a bit surprised, but to us it was just the same as always. Regardless of how terrible a penalty it was. Just don't lose. Rena was also brimming with determination. She didn't have any intention of losing. That's true. I tousled Rena's hair to lighten the mood. She giggled to hide her embarrassment. I see. This is what it means to feel like a kid again. Tomoe-take-san whispered that to nobody in particular. At that moment, we heard an old man cry out. What? At that moment, we heard an old man call out in a strong voice. Looking over, I realized it was the man Mion had greeted right before the festival. You're here, little Miss Sonozaki. Seems you brought quite the crowd. We came to eradicate your entire stall. His stall was a shooting gallery. It was the usual setup where you had to knock down the prize you wanted with a cork gun. The rules are simple. 3 shots, the winner is whoever gets the biggest prize. Everybody shouted their agreement. There was no need to consider how to win, since the condition for victory was simply size. The biggest prize at the stall, it went without question. It was that one, wasn't it? Well, that teddy bear, cute. Rena was gazing longingly at a large stuffed animal. It was intentionally placed on an unsteady platform, so it was possible to get it if you hit the right spot. It's magnificently set up to make someone think that. Not bad, Keiichi-san. I figured you would see through this scam instantly. The most logical course of action would be to aim for some candy or a doll. The intense analysis had already begun. In this club, you'll get eaten alive if you don't come prepared. Everything hinges on what plan you can come up with before the main event. At some point, a large crowd had gathered around us, making a big fuss. There was this much of a following for our club's infamous event? Knocking that bear down ensures a win. Only 3 shots. To use them all just trying that would be off. Hey, I have other customers waiting, you know. Who's up first? The first one has the advantage of being able to aim for the easier prizes, but it's dangerous to compete without knowing the gun's quirks. Tomoe-take-san's take on the situation is pretty good. He gets what our club is about. Well then, to be fair, how about using rock, paper, scissors to decide? How about it? That's really the only way. Rock, paper, scissors. After a couple of matches, it ended up with Mion being first. I didn't want to end up first. Oh well. I'll just think of it as a handicap. Gramps, gun. Here you go. When the shooting range guy handed her a rifle, Mion looked it over intensely. She didn't forget to check the cork bullet either. Okay, this gun is brand new, isn't it? No faults, not bad. Mion raised the gun in one swift motion. It was completely different from her careful inspection. She was shooting from the hip. Fire! Reload. Fire! Reload. Fire! Flop. Flop, flop. 3 candy boxes fell, one after the other. A big haul! The crowd paused in a moment of awe, and then erupted in cheers. Whoa! Awesome! That was quite good! Tomoe-take-san was at a loss for words after seeing such shooting prowess. Amazing, Nii-chan! 3! Her accuracy was incredible. Her choice of targets wasn't bad either. The 3 Mion had gone after were fairly large and pretty easy to knock over. They were all targets with a high return on investment. Who's up next? Satoko? Careful, the bullets are light. Next was Satoko. The rifle looked a bit big for her little body. For her lithe body? But it didn't seem like she had any problem with the weight. Of course, I shall aim for the grand prize. She proclaimed that she was going after the teddy bear. Damn, Satoko, such a bold move. The moment she knocks it over, she's guaranteed to be in first. Good luck, Satoko-chan. Satoko was the opposite of Neon. She aimed at the target quite carefully and squeezed the trigger. Bah! These bullets are too light! The first 2 bullets struck the bear on the torso, but it only shifted a bit. You need to aim higher towards the head, or it won't work. Satoko's 3rd bullet wasn't aimed at the bear, but the candy box below its arm. I hate to say it, it appears the bear is just too much for me. She went boldly after the big catch, but since she switched over to less impressive prey at the last second, the crowd only gave a strange laugh. Were they laughing because she lacked the courage? These fools know nothing. A fine attempt, Sadako. You've gotten better. The palm of Neon's outstretched hand went plump as it tapped down slightly on Satoko. She appeared to just be talking hot air, but this was actually completely calculated. Damn that Satoko. Just to avoid being in last place, she dared to switch over to an easy target. Without shame or honor. Magnificent. I'll allow you to take the bear from us then. I pray for your victory. Okay. Thanks so much, Satoko-chan. Oh, bear sounds so cute. Rena was up next. She couldn't hit the broadside of the barn as regular Rena, but she said the bear was cute. I wonder how Rena-chan will do. I hope she's able to hit at least one. You're underestimating Rena, Tomitake-san. Heh. It's Rena, you know. It's Rena Ryugu, you know. If it was to get that teddy bear. Whoa! Tomitake-san wheeled around to see what was all the commotion the spectators were making was about. If it was to get that bear, she'd be able to shoot through a pinhole. The one known as Rena Ryugu could do it. It's shaking, oh, cute. Rena couldn't hide her excitement over the bear's slow rocking. Now Rena couldn't lose. Not bad, Rena-san. The less collected you become, the stronger you get. Whoa! Another big cheer. Rena's bullet hit the bear's forehead again. Not enough. The bear seemed to wobble more than before. But it might not be possible. You never know. With Rena's chance skill, it might be. While Tomitake-san was just as excited as the crowd, Rika-chan's analysis was not swayed by emotion. If Rena had 10 more shots, then she could surely knock it over. But with just one more, no matter how you looked at it, no go. Ow! The crowd let out a dejected groan. The less collected you become, the stronger you get. That feels like foreshadowing. I'm not entirely sure about that one, but maybe. She had shot her right in the forehead 3 times. It was a bit late, but they gave her a good round of applause for the attempt. Oh, Bear-san, take him home. Oh. She should be praised for her valor, but she had no trophies to show for it. Then, at that moment, the old man flicked one of the candy boxes with his finger and handed it to Rena. That's for you, little lady. Huh? You're giving this to me? Oh. The gods wouldn't forgive me if I let you go home empty-handed after such a display. There was another shower of applause. Rena turned bright red and I pulled her back over to us by her hand. You did a good job. Your cute mode really had surprised me. Oh, I really wanted Mr. Bear. It was easy to see that it only needed a little more to be knocked over. Rena had done quite a lot for me. I still needed to pay her back for that delicious picnic. Alright, then I'll get it and give it to you. Why? Tomitake-san had stolen the words right out of my mouth. Okay. Please, Tomitake-san. Good luck. Damn you, old man Tomitake! Stealing the good parts for yourself. Small hand stretched out and fell gently on my fell gently on my head just before I was overcome with frustration. You keep on fighting too, Keiichi, okay? Tomitake-san carefully studied the bear. Setting his sights, he shouldered the rifle while holding the other 2 shots in his hand. Why is he doing that? Yes, no doubt. Tomitake-san is aiming for... Plop. 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 The time between shots was short. It was meaningless to shoot again once it stopped shaking. So Tomitake-san was relying on rapid fire to win the battle. It was visibly wobbling much more than it ever had before. But that was all. It still didn't fall over. Oh, too bad. All of Rena's momentary expectation from watching it sway violently turned to a dejected sigh. I really thought it would work. It seems that since you're a man, you'll not be receiving any candy. That was it. It meant Tomitake-san had no spoils of war. So both Kei-chan and Rika-chan had to just shoot down a small easy prize and avoid being dead last. Avoid being the loser, huh? Oh, sorry about that. It's your turn next, Keiichi-kun. Best of luck. I was the 5th shooter. I took the rifle from Tomitake-san. If I took the ruthless route as Mion had suggested, then I go for a small target. Except, when I picked up the rifle, I definitely got a feeling from it. It was burning passion, passed down to me by Tomitake-san. The regret of not being man enough to fell the bear that Rena wanted. Yes, that's right. If I didn't aim for the bear, then I wouldn't be a man. After all, that was my promise to Rena. Huh? Huh? What promise? What? To shoot down that bear, then give it to Rena, that one. You mean... Oh... The crowd went wild when they saw our conversation. Woo! Cool, Oni-chan. You got balls, man. That's not it. Fine, men of the crowd. If I didn't do this, then Rena might mug the old man running the stall on his way home. No, that's not it. That's not it at all. Why can't I just express my honest feelings? Keiichi's sure talks the talk, but how do you actually intend to bring down the bear? Rena and Tomitake-san's shots did make it tilt a bit, but I think finishing the job would be difficult. Keiichi-kun, if only there was some way to shoot faster, to be able to pile more power on the sway from each hit. Good luck, Keiichi-kun. After taking 2 deep breaths, I shouted over to the guy. 2 more rifles. Huh? The crowd murmured amongst themselves. I wonder what Keiichi-san is up to. One person can't handle 2 rifles at once. I get it. Nice thinking, Kei-chan. Rina was able to figure it out magnificently. Basically, what was taking the most time was reloading the shot. That's right. Then, by putting 3 preloaded rifles next to each other, Tomitake-san went silent, peering at me in the bear through the lens. His photographer's blood predicted a miracle will occur. And then the crowd finally picked up on what was blah blah blah. Picked on what I was planning. Oh god. They let out a great cheer. They chanted my name. Keiichi! Rapid fire is the key. If I miss, all is for naught. Phew. After letting out a deep breath, I paused. Relax. Now! That moment, it felt like time itself had stopped. I felt like I could see the trajectory of the bullets, hit it, and knock it down. The first shot hit the bear on its head. The second, the third. The bear swayed hard. And then... Yeah! Ooh! The cheers began before the stuffed animal even finished falling off the shelf. The guy caught it before it hit the ground and tossed it over to me. You actually knocked it over. You got me! Amazing! Congratulations, Keiichi-kun! Keiichi-san has finally learned how to use his head. I see you in a slightly better light now. I didn't do it all by myself. Everyone hit it. And the small bits together brought it down. Fucking heard woo woo was woo. It was very weak cheers on my part. So that is fair. Ooh woo. Anyways, this trophy belongs to all of us. Right, this is from all of us working together. Me didn't hit it a single time. After holding up the teddy bear like it was a championship trophy, I handed it to Rena. Here, this is from me. No, from everyone. Thanks for always making your delicious lunches. Rena, thinking she was never actually going to get it, was momentarily speechless. I can't, Keiichi-kun. This is everyone's after all. Oh. In that case, I was the one who knocked it down. And it's mine. It's mine, so I'm giving it to Rena. I pushed the stuffed animal towards her again. This time, she embraced it and accepted it. You've watched out for me ever since I moved here, after all. I'm really grateful, you see. Thanks a lot. Oh, Keiichi-kun. Thanks so much. Rena dove at me. Mion told me a few days later that Rena kissed me, but I didn't realize it during all the excitement of that time. I remember what I was trying to say to Tomitake-san earlier. There really isn't much of anything here, but there are lots of things you can't find anywhere else. I gained a lot from coming to Hinamizawa. Especially at that moment. The crowd's cheers echoed on and on. From the altar set up in front of the shrine, the drums sounded with a booming echo. It was the finale of the festival. I'll be going off ahead then. Oh, I need to go and get myself a good spot too. Well then everyone, see you in a bit. Both Rika-chan and Tomitake-san gave their farewells and disappeared into the crowd. I wish both of you the best in your endeavors. Now, shall we be off? Yeah, might as well go see Rika-chan's charming figure. Let's go. Yeah, huh? Where's Rena? What are you doing? Keiichi-kun? Mii-chan, save me! Since she was carrying such a ridiculously large stuffed animal, she was being carried by the flow of people. What is she doing? She must have her hands full taking care of that bear. So I'll leave Rena in your care, Kei-chan. I have my hands full taking care of Satoko. Who would want to be looked over by you, Mion-san? Ouch! Please don't pull on my arm. Before losing sight of Mion, I grabbed the back of Rena's collar. Keiichi-kun, not there. Don't grab me there. Always so bossy. Where can I grab then? Oh. I didn't feel ashamed at all. Rena was ashamed enough for the both of us. I grabbed onto Rena's hand and dashed after Mion and the others. We're gonna be late. Let's hurry up. Yeah. I hadn't realized Rena's hand was so delicate. Maybe she needed a bit more exercise and nutrition? That wasn't what I meant. Not at all. My ears burned. I tried to keep calm. I repeated the phrase, "Keep it together, Keiichi Maibara," in my head, in my mind. But it didn't look like I would be able to anytime soon. I really didn't want Rena to see my face right then, so I pushed onwards, dragging her along without looking back even once. There was already a huge group of people gathered at the altar in front of the shrine. The fire at the altar made it as bright as midday and just as hot. There was a pile of futons bordered with sanctified rope in front of the altar. Come to think of it, they did say it was a festival where they did something with the cotton and futons. Keiichi-san! Nana-san! We're over here! Satoko waved her hand from the front row. Ah, sorry. Making our way through the masses of people, we reached the spot they'd saved. How was it? Were you able to have a little bit of excitement with Rena? You punk! So that's what your plan was. Instead of replying, Leon gave us a perverse grin. Words. How was it, Rena? Was Keiichi-san's hand bigger than you thought it would be? Ow. Rena turned bright red, puffs of steam shooting out of her. I heard something slice through the air, and turned around to see Mion on the ground with a welt on her face. Mion, when were you hit? Between the ha and ow of her how, I think. Rena, it's not good to punch your friends to hide your embarrassment. I didn't hit her. Whatever. How? Thump. The thunderous beat of the drum echoed, silencing the crowd. You must all be quiet. It's beginning. It was a solemn ritual. Rika-chan entered dressed as the Shrine Maiden, followed by members of the municipal committee. Oh, hi, Mark. Huh? I'm a little confused, but that's okay. The elders all looked at Rika-chan and clasped their hands in praise. The only thing allowed to disturb the profound silence was the flash from Tomitaki-san's camera. What's the big thing Rika-chan is holding? I did not hit her. I did not. Ah, I see. I know where this is going now. Oh, that's used for this festival. Oh, hello, doggy. Thank you, Catman. They're using hose here, guys. It's a sacred farming tool that only the Shrine Maiden may touch. It was an awkward shape for a piece of farm equipment, not uncommon for something used in rituals. After reciting a Shinto prayer, Rika-chan approached the pile of futons gathered at the altar. She swung the hoe skillfully, plowing it into the futons. That is the word. Each and every little movement of this performance probably had to be done in a certain way. Without a doubt, this was a ritual. What's next? Airing out futons? She's purifying futons that absorbed illness from people over the winter. So when Kei-chan said airing out futons, he wasn't completely wrong. Rika-chan's face is already dripping with sweat. That hoe was probably really heavy. That hoe was probably real heavy, if you know what I mean. She staggered side to side with the momentum of each swing. Satoko looked on, silently lending her support. Worried? Rika practiced every single day with the Nochi hammer. She will certainly prevail. Satoko's hands were sweaty, and whenever Rika-chan started to sway a little, she held her breath. Why wasn't Mion the candidate to be the Shrine Maiden? It feels wrong, having Rika-chan swing around something so heavy. I'd do it if they asked me, you know. And well, it's not something just anyone could do. That's true. Shrine Maidens need to be pure after all. Jan drove her elbow into my side. With a thud of the big drum, Rika-chan gave a solemn bow and descended from the altar. That triggered a round of generous applause. After the Shinto priest had raised up the cleansed futons like a portable altar, all the specters stood up. Following after the priest, we all marched on at a moderate pace. They descended the shrine's giant stairs in a line. What's happening now? Washing the futons in the river? In the river? Watanagashi means setting cotton adrift, you know. I can read words well. The procession continued right up to the bank of the stream. The fire was stoked high and it was bright as day here too. People started crowding around and clamoring. Alright, get in line. Line up, Katie-kun. I wonder what was up. Maybe we get some holy wine? Red and white bean buns? It's not food. I said it was cotton. But of course, they didn't call it Watanagashi for nothing. I finally understood. The municipal committee members pulled out the cotton from inside the futons and balled it up like mochi, handing it out to people. Rana dove into the line and brought out some for me as well. Brought out some for me as well. We then proceeded to bank the stream. We proceeded to the bank of the stream. Since it's your first time, Katie-kun, please copy what I do. She held the cotton in her right hand, and raising her hand as if to purify it, she touched it to her forehead, chest, navel, and both thighs. You do this 3 times, and silently give thanks to Ayashiro-sama. Ayashiro-sama? What's that? The name of the shrine's god? Yes, it's the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. It brings both miracles and curses, so you must be sure to show respect. It sounded like a pretty frightening god. But well, when in Rome, I was officially a resident of Hinamizawa now, after all. Doing as Rena showed me, I touched the cotton over myself 3 times. Thank you, Ayashiro-sama. Thank you, Ayashiro-sama. Ayashiro-sama. This way, all the evil that possesses you is sucked out by the cotton. Then you let it gently drift away on the stream, and you're done. Together, Rin and I set our pieces of cotton afloat on the surface of the water. The flowers of cotton blooming in the water had sucked out all the evil festering in Hinamizawa and drifted off, disappearing into the distance. It was wonderful, like those floating lantern festivals I'd seen on TV. The best part, though, was feeling like this rite of passage had made me a true resident of Hinamizawa. Cute, 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 cute. Very good. While staring off into the stream, I somehow got separated from Rena. I wasn't very lonely though. I know this place now. This is where I live, my home. It's probably better if I just stay here instead of wandering around aimlessly. Someone would surely find me while I was enjoying the evening breeze. I heard a familiar voice. It was Tomoitake-san's. I headed towards it. How did it go, Tomoitake-san? Were you able to get some good shots? Yeah, fortunately. Tomoitake-san was the girl. I felt a little like I was intruding. How was it, Katie-kun? Did you enjoy the festival? From the way she spoke, it seemed like she was a resident of Hinamizawa. I really should try harder to remember people's faces here. What was her name? Well, it was fun. My face must have given away how desperately I was trying to remember her name, because she gave a light-hearted chuckle. It's probably because it hasn't been long since you moved here. It's pretty hard to believe seeing how friendly you've done with the other kids. If that's how it looked, it was probably all thanks to Rena and Leon. Perhaps they feel more like a resident of Hinamizawa after taking part in the festival today? I wonder about that. Oh, that's not like you. I tried to get used to Hinamizawa. But there were still plenty of things I didn't know. The faces of people I'd met, for example. Things that had happened in the past as well. Oh. You're feeling left out because of something like that? It's not so much... It's not so much as feeling left out. I'm not sure how to say it. The incident at the dam construction site, the fighting over it and the other conflicts. That terrible incident, they pretended they didn't even know about whenever I brought it up. Even though it was in the past, as someone living in Hinamizawa, it wasn't wrong to want to know about both the good and bad that had happened here. It'll put you at ease, and I'll tell you everything I know. Tomitaki-san smiled, made me more relieved than I'd ever been. It was hard to think of what to ask when someone said, ask me anything, you know? Even though there was so much I wanted to ask. Even when there was so much I wanted to ask. Words. Then, could you tell me about what happened when the dam was being constructed? There was a big incident where Hinamizawa was going to be submerged, right? I think the locals would be more knowledgeable about the dam than I am. Well, if you don't mind, I'll tell you what I know. It's only what I read in the newspaper, though. Tomitaki-san's entered. Tomitaki-san's eyes entered an unfocused gaze as he searched through his memory. Then he spoke. The decision to start the dam project was finalized 7 or 8 years ago. I heard it was the next major project after Kurobe. There were 3 major issues in Japan at that time. Improving inter-island transportation infrastructure, meeting the higher demand for electricity, and flood control. There was a boom of dam building due to the massive economic stimulus that provided on top of generating electricity and flood control. Hinamizawa had the right conditions to support dam constructions, so it was singled out. The dam reservoir would have covered quite a lot of ground when it was completed. The entire area, right up to Yogoichi Waste upstream, would be underwater. But why did they have to pick a populated area like Hinamizawa? Couldn't they have picked couldn't they have instead picked a place where nobody lived? I'm not really sure why, but I heard that it was just the right terrain for building a dam. Of course, there were protests here in Hinamizawa. Rika-chan had said there was a battle. From that choice of words, I had to guess things had turned violent. There was a trial, and it was even brought up before the National Diet. It was covered in Tokyo newspapers, too. Leon had told me all about that as well. I'm sure every resident of Hinamizawa had united to fight together. The feeling of solidarity you found here. Freaking. Okay, give me a moment to drink a little bit. That'll probably help. Maybe. Not really. Okay. The feeling of solidarity found here, which cannot be expressed properly with mere words, was likely brought about by that battle. As a result, bribery and scandals were brought to light. As things got more and more complicated, they eventually halted construction. If I wanted to know, now was my only chance to ask. It was certainly a bizarre incident that boys my age would be curious about. I felt a little ashamed for the fact that I was petty enough to have my curiosity piqued by Rena and Mia's refusal to talk about the events. But I figured I might as well ask since I have the chance. Just so I could stop thinking about it so much. So, there was dismemberment, right? There was. I happened to be here in Hinamizawa at the time, so I remember it well. Tomitaki-san's answer was nonchalant in contrast to my hesitantly forced out question. It was about this time, 4 years ago. It was the day of Watanagashi, if I recall correctly. Debate on whether to continue construction on the dam was in disarray. Scandal after scandal rocked the project near the end. The incident that was the final nail in the coffin for the dam project. A fight at the dam construction site ended with the victim being murdered. During prosecution, the 6 assailants divided the remains into 6 pieces and each hid one. 5 of the 6 criminals turned themselves in out of guilt, but one was still on the run. The right arm he'd hidden had yet to be found. The major details lined up with what was in the tabloid I read earlier. It certainly was a tragic incident, but it wasn't so terrible that Anna and Leon needed to hide it from me. I guess they didn't want someone who had just moved here to have a negative impression of Unedited. I felt grateful for having friends who worried so much about me, as well as shame for still being so interested in me. It was near the end of all the trouble with the dam, you see. So everyone was saying it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. Oyashiro-sama's curse, huh? Oyashiro-sama was the name of the god of the shrine that held the festival today, if I had recalled correctly. You see, the guardian deity rained divine punishment down on the evil dam construction for trying to flood Unedited. Apparently the younger ones didn't think so, but it seems the elderly in the village never doubted I was Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman with Tomitaki-san said with a mischievous chuckle. Tomitaki-san began laughing with her. It was so infectious I ended up laughing as well. But I wonder about now. There are quite a few, I think. Amongst the youth, too. A few what? People who believe in the Yashiro-sama's curse. The woman's lips were still curled into a smile, but her expression turned stern. Then after that, it continued every year. Always around this time. Continued? What continued? Tomitaki-san paused for a second, as if to build up some suspense. Then he whispered to me, as if someone might have been listening. Every year, on the day of the Watanagashi, somebody dies. The year following the dismemberment, on the day of the Watanagashi, a man from Unimizawa who had supported the dam fell off a cliff, overlooking some rapids and died while he was on vacation. Unfortunately for his wife, the body was never recovered. He supported the dam construction, even though he lived in Unimizawa. At the time, there were whispers amongst the elderly saying it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman chuckled mischievously again. Then the next year, the night of the Watanagashi, the shrine's Shinto priest died suddenly from an unknown illness. His wife drowned her in the bog that night. The shrine's Shinto's priest. You mean he was from the shrine's sphere? Why did I read that so wrong? The shrine's Shinto priest? You mean he was from the shrine here? The woman nodded. There was a rumor amongst the villagers that they weren't able to quell Yashiro-sama's anger. Then the year after that, again on the night of the Watanagashi, they discovered the battered body of a local housewife. Housewife? Up until now, all these mysterious deaths were people involved in the dam or had connections to Yashiro-sama. With that in mind, could the housewife have been involved in some way too? Exactly, the woman stated slyly. No, it was more menacingly. Suddenly what little I've seen of the new anime makes so much sense. Honestly, the new anime, I really like how they executed things. Like, they snuck in a lot more, like, visual details that the visual novel hasn't been able to give, because visual novel. So I really like how they approach things. But I also do still kind of like the original anime too, although that experience is more of a blur because I watched all 24 episodes in like 24 hours. Not the brightest mood. But yeah, no, the way the new anime has handled everything's been pretty good. One of the victim's relatives, you see, was connected to the younger brother of the dam supporter who fell to his death 2 years before. The younger brother is still alive, it seems. But it did bother him quite a bit, So he moved to the neighboring town. For a while, I stood there with my mouth agape. The battle over the dam construction, with Hinamizawa's future at stake, and the murder at the center of it all. That was all I knew, and that was all I wanted to ask about. But that wasn't all there was to the story. Homicide, body disposal, accidental deaths, terminal illness, suicide, fatal beatings. I'm a pretty level-headed person. I don't really want to believe in curses, but the freakish deaths happen every year on the day of the Watanagashi, and all of them were related to the dam construction. It was easy to dismiss each of them as coincidences by themselves. But when you put them all together, dismissing all of them as coincidence would then defy logic. I don't believe in curses, but every single year, on the day of the Watanagashi, somebody or something makes it happen without fail. The woman chuckled again, as if she picked up on what I was thinking. I mean, IRL, this would be a pretty clear case of a serial killer, or even a deadly cult. Wait, shit. I felt like she was saying, maybe it was, maybe we frightened him, stuff like that. I felt embarrassed at being read so easily. I pressed Tomitake-san to continue, a bit of impatience and irritation in my tone. Then, so someone died the next year, right? Who was it that time? I wonder. Who do you think, Keiichi-kun? The hell? The way he said it didn't agree with me. The sarcastic tone ticked me off. Don't avoid the question. I'm serious here. Hey, calm down, Keiichi-kun. I realized when she tried to calm me down that I had been panicking. You aren't trying to avoid the question, Keiichi-kun. It's just, when you say the next year, that's today. When she hesitated to say it, Tomitake-san finished for her. I broke into a cold sweat. I really didn't like the direction this was headed. Nobody wants to speak of it, but they all think it's going to happen again tonight. The festival was so cheerful, though. Well, the victim last year, the housewife, she was a non-believer. It turns out she didn't even attend the Watanagashi festival. There was a rumor going around that if you didn't participate in the festival, you would incur Oyashiro-sama's wrath. Didn't you hear anything about this, Keiichi-kun? I never even heard a whisper of that rumor. But then the reason everyone was at the festival was they were afraid of the curse? I figured that must have been the reason. There were a lot more people at the Watanagashi festival. There were a lot more people at the Watanagashi than usual. I guess everyone was just afraid after all of Oyashiro-sama's curse. I couldn't utter a single word. In this modern age, where we've made progress in all scientific fields, shedding light on the unknown and misunderstood, where black and white television has been eradicated and we've sent men to the moon. Even with all our accomplishments, it's gonna exist in modern society? Tons of invitations were sent out to neighboring towns' youth groups to help pad the numbers. But after that string of events, few decided to join. The municipal committee members were complaining about how hard it was to gather participants. Most of the police were treating each case as isolated. They don't believe they're connected. They're trying to keep it quiet. I didn't mean to right-click. They're trying to keep it quiet, so it's all plainclothes. Officers. It's finally begun to dawn on me why Rena and me are reluctant to talk. If nothing happened during this Watanagashi, everything would have been over with and I'd be none the wiser. If nothing happened, all would be well. In that case, we'd all end up being just crazy talk. I should have just pretended like I knew nothing from the beginning. Then they wouldn't have had to act like nothing happened. We would have all gotten back to life as usual. Maybe it was just too much for him after all. The woman ran her fingers through her hair as she sighed. No, it wasn't. Not at all. I had tried to act strong, but that just served to emphasize how much the information had unsettled me. After seeing how I looked, Tomitake-san appeared to regret saying anything. Letting out a sigh, he then spoke, forcing an awkward, upbeat demeanor. Keiichi-kun, surely you don't believe in such things as curses. Well, no. If the causes of all the crimes were unknown, with the perpetrators and their methods all mysteries, then I would think it's the work of a curse. But that's not how things are in reality. Ah! Attacked by, I don't know, hiccup? Pain. The police are investigating the evidence and suspects to uncover the truth. Hearing him say police made me feel a lot better. It was perfect for repelling the word curse. The first one, the dismemberment, for example. I told you, didn't I? All but one of the perpetrators were arrested. It's only a matter of time for the last one. It might have turned out to have been an argument. The motive turned out to have been an argument they had while intoxicated. That's no curse. Don't you agree? That was true. If it hadn't happened on the day of the Watanagashi, then I wouldn't think it was related to the curse at all. The accidental death of the man who supported the dam is the same. He was in a position that made others hate him. The police made a point of investigating from that angle. They concluded it was an accident, not foul play. But they both happened on the same day. But they both happened on the day of the festival, right? Hahaha. Just think about it, Keiichi-kun. Do you think people with a lot of enemies here in Hinamizawa could participate easily in a local festival? I guess that's true. It would be especially hard for them to be around during the Watanagashi. So they probably left Hinamizawa intentionally around this time of year to travel, don't you think? Welcome here, Keiichi. Well, I guess that was an appropriate thing. You've probably been there. But welcome to speaking in the chat once more. It wasn't a very clear explanation, but I sort of understood what Tomitake-san was getting at. So I pressed on earnestly, asking more questions so that I could convince myself. Then, Tomitake-san, what about the priest who died after that? The one with the unknown illness? That also happened on the day of the festival. It's even easier to explain what happened to the Shinto priest. The Watanagashi is a really big event that happens once a year. It's probably from all the built-up stress. Or it may have been because of a pre-existing condition. But it was an unknown illness. It's hard to believe something with an unknown cause could exist with all our advances in medicine. It was just an exaggeration. Rumors making rumors. Anyone would get worked up over having incidents happen 2 years in a row. The sudden death is quite unnatural, though. Of course, the police ordered an autopsy because of the strange way he died. But there wasn't enough for them to open a full investigation, you know? Turns out it was just a sudden death due to an illness. The priest's wife committed suicide, correct? What about that? I believe I already explained that. Everyone was shaken up by the incidents happening for a third year. Those two who are of strong faith were quick to believe it was the work of the curse. And of course that included the priest's wife. Apparently they found a suicide note that said something like, "My death will quell Oyashiro-sama's anger." Well then, how about the next incident with the housewife? That happened on the day of the Watanagashi too. The perpetrator had already been caught and the case has been closed. Turns out it was just some nutjob trying to continue the legacy of the Hinamizawa curse. Then happened the incident the next year. Oh yeah. This year is the next year. Tomotaku-san gave a hearty laugh. Nothing will happen. Not this year. It was never her curse to begin with. It's just that a group of people believed it was the explanation for a string of coincidences. My eternal computer finally got itself back on track. I felt a bit embarrassed by how childish I'd become after losing control and panicking. I can see very clearly now that Keiichi-kun really does love Hinamizawa, even if Yashiro-sama's curse actually did exist. Keiichi-kun couldn't bring himself to believe that such a thing existed. I felt very relieved. I should probably just forget everything I heard tonight. I'll greet Retta and Neon tomorrow with the same smile as always. They'd probably also like tonight to end without incident, so they can continue on tomorrow without having worried me. Perhaps seeing my change in attitude, the woman who had been listening in stretched as she got up from the rock she was sitting on. Well then, I should be getting back. Goodness, I think I may have gone on a bit too long. There were so many people compared to the crowd from before, I could only make out a few groups of families enjoying the cool evening air. I looked at my watch. It seemed we talked for the better part of an hour. Didn't you come along with your friends, Keiichi-kun? Not going to look for them? Oh, yeah. They might be looking for me. You're quite the scoundrel, making the girls look for you. See you, Keiichi-kun. Have a nice night. You too, Jiro-san. I'll see you a bit later. Tomotage-san seems to be quite the scoundrel himself. So his name is Jiro. After dusting off her backside, she disappeared into the crowd of people still busy cleaning up the shrine grounds. Keiichi-kun! So sorry. In her place, Rena came running over. I could see all the others behind her. Speak of the devil. My bad, Kei-chan. We got so caught up in our discussion. I completely forgotten about them while caught up in my own conversation, so we were even. My, so Tomotage-san was with you. This works out perfectly. We still need to settle the shooting gallery competition. That's right. So I guess I'm gonna end up dead last. In the end, after my dramatic victory, Rika-chan was the last challenger, but there weren't many targets left. The ones remaining were all tiny and difficult to hit. She did take her time and aim, but with all 3 shots completely missed. She was to end up sharing the loser's crown with Tomotage-san. However, she did her little mewing cry in front of the owner, and he turned to mush instantly. She was given a pack of gum as a consolation prize. Her methods were a bit audacious, but she did avoid being the loser rather magnificently. Come to think of it, Rika-chan is quite the trickster. I have no idea what Keiichi is talking about. Now then, let's decide that Tomotage-san is dead last. Everyone cheered and applauded. Tomotage-san smiled wryly, slightly bewildered. So, Tomotage-san, are you ready? Penalty time! Huh? Oh, I completely forgot about that. You're too naive, Tomotage-san. This is why our club can never lose. Mion pulled a felt tip marker from her pocket. Oh, what's that? Show him some mercy, Mion. At least use a washable marker. A permanent one is too harsh. It just has to be permanent. It comes off when you do the laundry anyway. Whoa, what is this? Please take it easy on me. All of us pinned his arms behind his back. Leon approached him with a marker in one hand. And and squip, squip, squip. But she didn't ran on Tomoitake-san's face. She ran on the shirt he was wearing. You'd better have for your big break this year, Mion. Rena took up the marker next. Show me your photos next time, okay? Rena. It was a little heartwarming. I just had to laugh. Haha, this is more like a farewell card than a penalty. I'm not as soft as the rest. I'll make this a proper penalty. Haha, dead last, Satoko. Try harder next time, Rika. Here you go, Keiichi-san. I couldn't decide what to write. Based on what kind of penalty this was probably the most appropriate. Come back and play again, Keiichi. Tomoitake-san was silent the entire time. At first he was quite bewildered, but now he had a different look on his face. So I have to wear this all the way back to Tokyo as part of the penalty? Of course! You better wear it all the way home. You could wear it when you come back. It would be nice. He appeared deeply moved. Embarrassment mixed with the wealth of other emotions made him turn a bright red. Understood. I'll wear this the next time I come here. I promise. Everyone cheered and applauded. It was the finest party gift possible for a buddy heading out tonight. I saw the woman who was with Tomoitake-san standing next to the festival grounds. It seemed Tomoitake-san noticed her too, and knew it was time to leave. Seems like your guest is waiting. Isn't it about time? Yeah, that's certainly how it seems. Haha. Tomoitake-san headed off towards her and seemed to apologize for making her wait. We all shouted stuff at Tomoitake-san. Each time we did, he looked back and waved his hand. Eventually, he faded into the darkness of the night, out of sight. It was quite the casual farewell. This wasn't the first time any of us had seen someone off. They had done the same thing many times before. He's gone. Well, it's about time we take off too. Rika-chan had to stay behind with the other committee members, since they were... Thank you, dog. Rika-chan had to stay behind with the other committee members, since they were having a meeting. Satoko was tagging along with her. I headed back home with the usual suspects. The walk back was quite lively, with talk of the day's war stories. Should have done this, should have done that kind of stuff. Ren and I parted ways with Mion, and then it was just the two of us. Then we got to my house, and I parted ways with Rena as well. It's already pretty late. Are you all right by yourself? Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. It's close. I'm going to run too. If you run into some weirdo, just yell. If someone does come, will you come and save me? Maybe? Maybe? If I hear you. Oh, okay. I'll scream loud enough so you can hear me. Merrily spinning her arms around at high speed, Rena dashed off. She was fine, in that mode. Not even an adult could stand against her. Rena's cheerful presence disappeared, and it finally became quiet again. The curse that not even a single person even whispered about. The more I learned about it tonight, the more unsettling it became. It didn't show on any of their faces, but they were probably all quite concerned about it as well. But if nothing happens tonight, then it all ends up being just crazy talk. Nothing will happen. Nothing bad. Nothing at all. What's wrong, Keiichi? Why are you standing in a place like that? Come inside. You'll catch a cold. It was my mom. Did you go, Mom? To the Watanagashi festival? In the end, your father didn't wake up. So I missed it. A little disappointing. Mom stuck her tongue out with a bit of an embarrassed look on her face. Wowie. You have received new tips. Mr. and Mrs. Hojo's following incident. The terminal illness death of Shinto priest. I couldn't read all of them. I'm definitely gonna save here. And we can call it a night. Who do you guys think will die? I'm curious. Especially those of you who don't know anything. I'm curious. Gotta... I can stop now. There we go. Yeah, who do you guys think will die? I want to know. Because there's no way after all that build-up no one's gonna die, you know? But yeah, who do you think will die? Who do you think will die? Tell me. I must know your thoughts. But yeah, who do you think... Keyboard smash from Hifu. Higurashi be like very normal school life things contrasted with abject horror. Indeed. That's how it do be. That doesn't answer my question though of who you think will die. I must know. I'm gathering my brain cells. I want to say Keiichi, but I also feel like that might fucked with a murder mystery spiel to kill him off so early. And it's quite pulled. I mean, I guess I might as well say it. No, I won't. Never mind. I mean, if not Keiichi, who do you think would die instead? I can wait. Satoko? Why is Satoko? Yeah, I got nothing. Well, I guess if this chapter 1 part covers it, which it probably will, because we have, like, a bit more of story left to go, you might be in for a surprise with your uncertainty here. But anyways, let's raid someone again like we did last time. This time we'll be raiding an actual person, not a VTuber avatar. Person that shows their face. Rika dies a lot, I think. I mean, if they're in the main cast, they die at least once. Raid, yeah. We'll be raiding an actual person. Their name is Naps, and they are currently streaming Limbo. So I guess that's not too different from what we're streaming right now, I guess. Yeah. So let's read Naps. They have pretty awesome vibes in their stream, in my opinion. So yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy them. And if we're lucky, maybe they'll be having a little... Oh, I know Shion. We haven't met Shion. But anyways, reading Naps. Yay! See Bunui raid. See Bunui raid. That's the joke. Okay. See Bunui raid.
Thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. Hello, raiders. How's everybody doing tonight?